And good evening and welcome to First Bank and Trust Arena in New Prague. About 10 minutes away from puck drop, a Metro West Conference game. The New Prague Trojans taking on the St. Louis Park Orioles today from New Prague. Trojans coming off 5 days off here. They've had a lot of games in a short amount of time. Capped off by the last time we were on air, a 2-1 loss, heartbreaking loss to Waconia in their third game in 4 days. But they got Friday off, got the weekend off, practice yesterday, and now a fresh and rested Trojans team taking on Metro West rival St. Louis Park Orioles here today from New Prague. Should be a good one. These two teams have mixed up twice a year here for the past few years. There's been some really good games. There's been a lot of scoring chances. There's been a lot of goals. We should have in my opinion, a high-scoring, high-chance, event hockey game today here between New Prague and St. Louis Park. Did get the opportunity to talk with head coach Brad Drazen just a few moments ago as we got his thoughts on Waconia, St. Louis Park, and our senior spotlight today, Grayson Rue. Here's the coach. And once again, I'm here with New Prague Trojans head hockey coach Brad Drazen. Coach, St. Louis Park today, a team, you guys have had some wild ones over the last couple of years, some high-scoring affairs, like a 9-6 one here a couple of years ago. Big test today for your Trojans.
Yeah, for sure. The Metro West Conference, there's no night off. I was actually talking with the St. Louis Park coach ahead of time about this, and he's like, man, this conference is good. And it is. And I love it for that. It's, you have to show up every game or you're going to get beat, and you're probably going to get beat badly.
Last time out, Waconia didn't go your way. The final result 2-1, but I really liked the way that you played for the most part. I thought for a lot of the games you had to be happy the way you guys skated and the way you guys competed. I know the final score didn't work out, but it seemed like you got back to playing the style of hockey that you want to play.
Yeah, for sure. I think, our guys, they responded well. Dodge County was not a great game for us. And so, coming off of a game like that, you're never really sure how people are going to respond, whether it's going to be, timid, afraid to make a mistake, not wanting to, to be the guy who maybe makes a mistake that costs a goal or something, or are they going to come out fired up and ready to go? And I thought that this team showed a lot of maturity. Obviously we want to win. Obviously we want to score more than one goal. But there was we had a lot of conversations with individuals and the team, and, just like, let's just go, let's play hard. And I think that they did a good job with that.
Once again, I'm here with head coach Brad Drazen on the AAI Garage Door Coaches Show. Coach, last game of last season, Murphy Cole stood on his head. I mean, it was one of the best goaltended high school games I've seen in a long time. The questions going into the year is, how is New Prague's goaltending going to be? And then the games I've been to, the bell has been more than answered. Joey Closey's been wonderful his last few starts, and then Dylan Kenow in both of his starts off the charts. Going into the year, do you have a goalie? And now it looks like you have two.
Yeah, for sure. It's a great problem to have, really. We've got confidence in all of our goalies, and Joey's a really talented goalie. He's a big kid. He's athletic. He's got a ton of potential. And he's done a great job for us, playing the majority of the games. And then, Dylan, we wanted to get him a start, one, because we felt he was ready, and two, because you just never know. We don't want to put a sophomore in a position where he's going to have to go into a big, high stakes game, and that's his first action. And so, he played really, really well against Hutchinson, and then, we decided he earned another opportunity, and then played great against Waconia too. So, as a coach, you love the competition aspect. You love to have options, and we're certainly in a good spot with that.
We've been featuring some of the seniors on our broadcasts, and today we're featuring Grayson Rue. And I was fortunate enough to talk to Grayson after the Waconia game. Just talk about what he brings individually. We talked about him as a penalty killer, but who is Grayson Rue? What does he bring to the Trojans?
Yeah, he brings so much that doesn't show up on the score sheet. He's a great leader in the locker room with welcoming the younger guys, making sure they have what they need, taking care of them. He's a great asset for me and the coaching staff to have. He can keep things light. And then, you look on the ice, like He's a worker. All teams need somebody like him that's just going to go and outwork the other team. And he does that, time and time again. And so, yeah, he plays a huge role for us. And he'll all of a sudden you'll see some sneaky skill come through, whether it's a goal or a little toe drag at the blue line. But he's fast, and we love having him on our team.
Real quick, Coach, you had 3 games in 4 days, Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, and I thought you had pretty good legs in the third game of 4 days, all things being equal. Was it good to have time off? Good to not play Friday? Good to have the weekend? Good to have a practice day Monday? Do you feel like that was a good time for 5 days between games?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, 3 games in that short amount of time, it's tough. It's tough, and especially if penalties come into play, which happen more times than not with us, but I think we've got it figured out. But it definitely is. And what's tough too is sometimes when you're tired, the first thing to go is your brain. Like you make mental mistakes, and hockey's a game of mistakes. And so I think it was good to see us battle through that. It was good to see we took even in a loss, took a step forward as a team.
Very good. Coach, we'll talk to you after the first period. Good luck tonight against the Orioles.
Sounds good. Thanks.
Is your garage door giving you trouble? Whether it's a broken spring, malfunctioning opener, or you need a brand new door, AAI Garage Door is here to help. Doug and his team at AAI Garage Doors bring over 20 years of experience to every repair and installation, providing fast, reliable, and affordable solutions for your garage door needs. Serving New Prague and surrounding areas like Belle Plaine, Shakopee, Prior Lake, and more, we're proud to be your trusted local garage door experts. Call Doug today at 952-465-9409 or visit AAIGarageDoors.com for fast, friendly service. AAI Garage Doors, bringing you peace of mind one door at a time.
Home. It's where your story begins, and every story deserves a beautiful place to unfold. At Rocksmith Granite and Quartz, we craft surfaces made for real life, warm gatherings, busy mornings, and everything in between. From bright, inviting kitchens to calming, beautifully designed bathrooms, we bring craftsmanship, care, and elegance to every space. Whether you're building a new home or refreshing the one you love, Rocksmith Granite and Quartz, you're going to love our work.
If you are interested in a new furnace, AC, water heater, or water softener and want professional and quality installations along with great pricing, give us a call. Full Circle Mechanical, fully covering your home comfort needs. 651-315-2000, and let's go Trojans.
Mental health impacts every aspect of our lives. Yet for too long, it's been treated as a conversation to avoid. At Duck Cup Memorial, we know the cost of silence is far too high. That's why we've made it our mission to bring real stories and life-saving education to schools and communities. Through courage and connection, we're equipping young people, parents, and teachers with tools to recognize and address mental health struggles before it's too late. We do this because we believe no one should feel alone. We do this because every life matters, and we do this because in every season, your mental health matters. Help us bring hope to more communities. Your support, whether through donations, sharing our message, or wearing our merchandise, fuels our mission to end the stigma and build a culture of care. We hope you'll join us.
For over 90 years, Witt Construction has been building dreams in New Prague and the surrounding communities. They're a family-owned and operated business and are proud to be led by former New Prague Trojan hockey players who understand the importance of teamwork and dedication. That's why they're committed to providing their customers with the best possible experience. Whether you're building a new custom home, renovating your existing home, or need commercial construction services, they'll work with you to create a space that meets your unique needs and budget. They also offer a wide range of other services, including excavation and deck building. So no matter what your project is, they can help you get it done right. Visit their website or call them today for more information.
He Hero Home Services is your trusted ally in home comfort, whether it's plumbing, heating, cooling, drains, ducts, or electrical. Visit callhero.com now to schedule your service.
And thank you to Coach Drazen for joining me before the game. Got his thoughts. Again, I think New Prague played a pretty good hockey game against Waconia. The result, scoreboard maybe not indicative of that, as they did fall 2-1 to the Wildcats. A second conference game of the season today against St. Louis Park. And both teams should be exiting the locker room. We're just a couple minutes away from the drop of the puck here from New Prague. 7 o'clock is the 15 minutes earlier than a normal game. So we are going to be kicking this thing off very, very soon. And let's get to your Bishop Investments lineup cards here. The lineup for New Prague, similar from the games past. A little shake-up in the line. So Carson Ashley skating with Walker Anderson again. Those two reunited last game. I thought they really worked well together. They hooked up for the goal on the power play, the one-timer. They had 3 other extremely good chances just working together. So I thought the chemistry between 10 and 21 was good. Today they'll be starting the game skating with Caden Brigham. And I think that's one of the questions New Prague has to answer, the rest of the season is who's the winger that skates with 10 and 21? Is it 8? Is it 7? Is it 36? Is it 20? I think we've seen some guys in that spot, in that slot, and Brigham draws into the top line today, the sophomore, 2 goals, 8 assists on the year. Second line, Owen Dorzinski be skating with Grayson Whitty and Jack Fronick, and I thought Jack was a positive against Waconia. I thought, he stepped into a top 6 role for the first time in that game against Waconia. I thought he was noticeable, especially in the second period. I thought the Dorzinski line had it going. So 24, back with 23, and joined by sophomore Grayson Whitty on the wing. Keenan Huber is going to center Grayson Rue and Jackson Whitus. And the 10th forward today is Tayden Krochek, wearing number 14. Defense pairing, the same 6, slotting in as the 5 days ago. Cade Borwidge and Tyler Applin. Joey Bush and Riley Krochek, and Chase Cloutier with August Beckius. In net for the Trojans today, number 30, Joey Closey. Joey draws back in as Dylan Kenow got the last 2 home starts, but Closey draws back in with a 6-4 and 2 records, save percentage of .889. Closey back between the pipes for the Trojans. And I think goaltending's been, at least in the home games, the games that I've been at, goaltending's been a positive the last 5 or 6 home games. I think it's been a plus unit at home in the games that, again, that we've been able to broadcast. And I think looking for another strong performance from number 30 in net for New Prague. So that's your lineups. 2 winning teams here. New Prague coming in with a 7-5-2 record, taking on the 8-7-0 St. Louis Park Orioles. For St. Louis Park, top end talent. They got 2 guys that dominate their scoring, and a couple of guys who have to watch for. Here are the sweaters. 21 for St. Louis Park, who will be wearing their black with orange. Marty Hurdy is the name. Marty Hurdy has 15 goals, 16 assists already, on his way to 100 career points. 21 in black is the high danger, is the guy that New Prague is going to have to make sure that they don't give time and space with the puck. The other one on the back end, their top defenseman, number 10, Leo Schmoll, the junior defenseman, second on their team in points with 23, 12 goals already from the defenseman. Just to be relative, New Prague from their defensemen total have 10 goals from the entire unit. St. Louis Park, their top defenseman has 12, the junior wearing number 10. So 10 and 21, the top talent for St. Louis Park. This is not a team that's going to have balanced lines. This is not a team that's going to, skate 9 forwards equally. I think we are going to see 21 on the ice a lot. We are going to see 10 on the ice a lot. And we'll see what New Prague does to match that. So I think we're all set here. You are watching the New Prague starting line. We are going to hear from the flag bearers from the PWC team. We're going to hear from Colton and Cooper Metzen and Landon Baker. We're going to hear from them after period number 2. Want to thank the sponsors. Want to thank AAI Garage Door for helping us out with the pregame coach interview, as well as the interview after the end of the first period. Once again, Bishop Investments sponsored our lineups with smart investing. Call Bishop Investments. All power play, all special teams. Master Electric is sponsoring that. Every goal scored by New Prague is brought to you by Hero Services. And our player spotlight today at the end of period 2, sponsored by OMSC. We are going to hear about senior Grayson Rue. Let's pause now. We are going to set the microphone down, enjoy the national anthem. When we come back, drop of the puck. St. Louis Park and New Prague Trojans, Metro West Hockey. You're watching New Prague Trojans Boys Hockey.
We will recognize them after the first intermission. Please give them a warm welcome. Now, please rise if you're able, remove your caps, and face the flag on the east end of the arena for our national anthem. Performed this evening by Leilani Anderson.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose brush stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets sprinkling the bombs bursting in air gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Man, that was good. That was her name, Leilani, right? Man, that was really, really, really good. Nice rendition of the anthem. We're all set to go. St. Louis Park and New Prague. Two winning teams. Some common opponents. St. Louis Park beat Spring Lake Park 4-3. Beat Chaska 4-1. Beat Hopkins 7-4. Beat Waconia 5-3. Beat Hutchinson 3-2. Those are 5 of their 8 wins. Common opponents with New Prague. They did lose to Farmington. St. Louis Park lost to Farmington 6-3. Once again, Farmington, a top team in Section 1AA, battling with Lakeville South to see who will be the 1 seed. Farmington did lose a game here recently. They're 12-1 overall, 6-0 in section play. Lakeville South 2-1. All set to go. Huber, Whitus, and Rue against Hurdy, Teddy Rich, and Finn Ryder up front for St. Louis Park. And I think Huber Keenan's line is going to draw a lot of 21 here. Let's look to see if New Prague matches line. Something they don't do a ton of, but we'll see if they do that here to see if they can get Huber, Rue, and Whitus up against 21 for St. Louis Park. Played by Joey Closey, his first touch. Joey Bush in his own end on the forehand up to Jackson Whitus and back to center. We'll slide on the, and it's going to be not, no icing. It's waved off as Rue has the puck roll off his stick. Grayson was our first star in our last game against Waconia, kept in neatly by Riley Krochek, and we're underway 35 seconds in here, the contest between St. Louis Park and New Prague. Orioles ice it, and a whistle and a stoppage, offensive zone draw. So when facing a team that has a dominant forward, and the gap between number 1 and number 2 is maybe as great as it is, you know, you just want to break even. You want to make sure you're playing offense, being hard to play against. You know, make 21 play in his own zone, and then take advantage when he's off the ice here. When the draw, Borowicz with the shot, trying to go 5-hole, and the stop there by goaltender Parker Jurek, the starter, senior starter for the Orioles, coming into the game with a 3.9 goals against, save percentage of .847. Jerk with the save. Draw there. There's a shot, and Walker Anderson off the shoulder. Good face-off play for New Prague, who's won the first 2 draws cleanly as the Orioles ice the puck. Boy, Walker got a lot of that one on the Twin Cities Featherlight and Trailers replay. Draw 1 by Ashley. Good support by Brigham, and Walker got it all. And maybe glazed the top of the shoulder. There's Ashley on the draw. So 2 good offensive zone draws, and there's another one. 1 clean. Good job by New Prague in the face-off circle. As I possibly sprung here is battling back Tyler Applin. Good battle there. Maybe an ill-advised pass across the blue line, but a good job by Tyler recovering. Here's Borwich. Like what New Prague's done in the face-off circle, have been dangerous. Borwich tries to get up to Anderson. Here comes Brigham. Caden Brigham harassing Brian Duncan, the defenseman for the Orioles. Good pace here early on. Minute and a half in. Shots on goal, just 2 for New Prague, none for St. Louis Park. Here is Dorzinski, taken away by Cam Jackson. Jackson will fire in. Closey leaves for Cloutier. Cloutier on the forehand, good pass for Fronick. As Jack's backhand goes into the New Prague bench, and we get a whistle and a stoppage. This will be our last broadcast for 2 weeks. New Prague's going to hit the road for a few. 2 weeks from today. Thursday the 27th, Chanhassen comes to town. There's August Beckius' first touch. He goes high off the boards. Puck comes back in. Should be a delayed offside. It is. St. Louis Park will touch up, and Cloutier on the forehand. Good pass by Chase. Now up to Fronick. Here's Jack Fronick to Dorzinski. 3 tape-to-tapes in a row. High slot. Beckius, what a passing play. Boy, that would have been all 5 guys touching it, and the puck jumped on Whitty right at the last second. That would have been a goal to show everybody there is tape to tape to tape to tape, and the last one bounces Whitty's stick as the net was open. Here comes St. Louis Park. That shot left pad saved by Closey. Puck fluttering in the slot. Cloutier knocks his man down. Good first shift for Chase. Cloutier on the forehand. Pinching in, though, is Owen Anklem keeping it in. Now Dorzinski stops. Long shift for Owen. Here's August Beckius on the forehand. Goes by Whitty. Comes back to center. Neutral zone dumped in by Rich. Second shift for the top line for St. Louis Park. Cloutier with some time and space. And hits Beckius in rhythm. Beckius for Dorzinski. Jumps on him a little bit. And that's Owen's going to end up icing it. There's a couple of pucks not sitting flat at the wrong time. But here was that play. What a rush by New Prague. Great line rush. That is just incredible. Maybe the defenseman did a good job getting his stick in as that left pad save by Closey. Good job on the replays up here, boys. Mitchell and Sully doing the work. There's Riley Krocek. New Prague dominating the face-off circle early. There's Keenan Huber. Again, top line on the ice for St. Louis Park, and New Prague counters with the Huber line for the second time. Waitis, Huber, Rue. Again, get the puck and keep the puck. This is the line that wants to have a forecheck. Keep the puck out of this guy's stick. Here's the dangerous Hurdy shot, and left pad save is Marty Hurdy's first opportunity with the puck. You got to manage. This line's going to really have to manage the puck. 6, 20, and 36 have a big job today. Huber looking for Rue. Here comes Grayson, pokes ahead. Jackson Waitis ahead. Wave off icing. Goaltender plays it to his defenseman behind the net. First man there is Cam Jackson. Waitis working against his man. Trying to establish the forecheck is New Prague. Keenan keeps it in to the line. This is Joey Bush walking the line. Wrist shot deflected by Huber and redeflected by the defenseman Duncan. We're going to face off in the offensive zone. We are just under 4 minutes into play. A good start for New Prague. Nothing really dangerous for St. Louis Park. They do lead in shots on goal 3-2, but New Prague's had the better of the chances and are dominating the draw, winning faceoffs cleanly. And this one unclaimed early. St. Louis Park will skate away with it. Center, and here they come breaking out. Here's Liam McCoy, 2-on-2. Applin's back, and Borwich knocks his man down. Good play there as actually Closey gets wiped out. As the right post comes off its moorings, we will get a face-off and stoppage. Yeah, good defensive, good job by Cade Borwidge skating back and impeding the progress of Leo Schmoll, number 10 in black, second leading point guy and goal guy for St. Louis Park. An offensive defenseman wearing 10 is on the ice now for this offensive zone draw. Puck is down, won again by New Prague. Here's Borwidge, losing into his skates a little bit. Tyler Applin comes in support, lugs the puck a little bit and allows Borwidge to get up. Carson Ashley using his body and has the puck to Walker Anderson. Anderson tried to push the puck to himself, but good job by Schmoll. St. Louis Park just onside, and that's Grant Haggerty towards the net. Pad save, puck's in the slot. It's in Walker's skates. And puck flutters here. Schmoll in the backhand, and Closey with the save as New Prague had trouble getting that puck out. As Ashley and Liam McCoy come together. You know, a couple guys just, I think, thought the other guy was going to play it. And St. Louis Park able to keep the puck in and sniff it around the net. Last 5 shots on goal go to the Orioles. At the end of the first intermission, we will hear from head coach Brad Drazen. It won't be right away as they're honoring the 4 hockey team and doing a couple of things. So, you know, after we'll get the first period replays and highlights first, and then we'll hear from that coach. With traffic in front, knocked away, didn't get all the way through. Fronic leads for Dorzinski. Dorzinski will fire in. A New Prague first one of the forecheck will be Owen. And keeping the puck in. Reversed, and August Beckius will come down. Trying to get the puck to Dorzinski. Schmoll on the wall. Passing to his defense partner. That's 28, Owen Anklum. Anklum and Schmoll. Cloutier try to keep in potential for a 2-on-1, makes it a 1-on-1, and we're gonna get a slash or a hook there. Actually gonna call it a trip. I think Fronic's gonna go for tripping, and New Prague's gonna be shorthanded for the first time as a 2-on-1 as the New Prague defenseman went forward, and he did get the back of the blade there right at the end. Probably didn't need to. Yeah, he did chop down the right skate. I think good call by the referee. New Prague's going to be shorthanded for the first time. Fronic goes for tripping at 5:20, and the penalty kill brought to you by Master Electric. As the draw is down, here's Jackson Whitus. Whitus is clear. He shoots, and a right pad save. Whitus sprung on a breakaway off another face-off win for New Prague, and St. Louis Park on the power play now counter-attacked. Slot, Schmoll, hassled by Bush, fire, great save by Closey, his best save of the period. Huber knocks his man down. Krocek puts his man into the wall, and St. Louis Park is now set up. Point, Anklum, over right point, good stick by Keenan Huber, and he knocks it out of play. Good job by Keenan, has a strong start. Boy, off the draw, and Jackson Whitus, good job not breaking stride. First one to the puck. And trying to beat the goaltender Parker Jurek low here, and good save by the goaltender. Draw one clean, Grant Haggerty. Haggerty on the power play. This is Rich. Comes center. New Prague's got a 2-on-1. Here comes Ashley with Borwidge. Carson, and trying to drop it for Cade. Just not great lateral spacing there on the 2-on-1, but New Prague showing themselves to be very dangerous here shorthanded. Good job by Anderson. Anderson doesn't allow the puck to get out and will put the puck back in the neutral zone. Nice play there by Walker. August Beckius in his own end and will shoot. Actually didn't get it the length, but got it back to the neutral zone, and St. Louis Park try to come in with speed. Good job by Anderson there, forces a turnover. Beckius comes forward. St. Louis Park claims the puck. I like a lot of what New Prague's doing here. And Anderson backhand will fire it all the way down the ice. Good shift by Walker Anderson on the penalty kill. 10:13 to play in the period. 32 seconds left on the minor to Fronic. Taken away by Riley Krocek. Krocek will fire the length of the ice, and this Master Electric penalty kill off to a great start with 20 seconds left. One more rush for St. Louis Park. Cam Jackson, wink wide pass for Rich. Riley Krocek, stick check. Rich falls down. Or Ryder, excuse me, that's Finn Ryder. Ryder, I keep saying the name wrong. Riley Krocek marking Ryder. Schmoll comes in to support. Bush on the forehand. Fronic's going to come out of the box in 3 seconds. Good job by Bush knocking his man down. Here comes Joey Bush with some speed. Left wing fires, and he tried to go block aside, shoots it wide. New Prague's had great energy, great spirit here early. The first 7.5 minutes, the better team has worn white. Good stick lift by Grayson Whitty there. And Urich will put his glove on it. We get a whistle and a stoppage. Great penalty kill for New Prague, who had the better of the chances despite being shorthanded. Penalty kill came into the game at 83%. They've given up just 10 goals on the penalty kill in 14 games. And they've been shorthanded plenty. Here's Keenan Huber. Good job. Reversal for Rue. Rue looking for Huber in front. The lunging play knocked away and taken by Brian Duncan. Duncan up the wall. Here is Applin. Tyler Applin. Great pass for Borwidge. Slot. Backhand. Whitus. Somehow it stayed out. There's Tyler trying to keep. Here's Michael Hudick. Hudick working against Borwidge. New Prague in their own end. And Grayson Rue into no man's land, but will skate after the puck himself. And will at least win a stalemate, takes the puck away. But at the end of his shift, Grayson is gassed. That was great determination there by a guy who's got nothing left to give, and he ended up winning the puck. This has been great here. New Prague's been wonderful. Here's Ashley. Ashley looking for Brigham. Here comes Carson. Ahead, Anderson and Brigham. Brigham fires and missed it wide to the glove side. Becky is trying to keep in, cannot, and Chase Cloutier will recover. Cloutier on the forehand goes the length of the ice, and that will go icing. And this is all New Prague here early on. Borwidge right into the slot, and Jackson Whitus, the behind-the-back attempt from the high slot. Good. Oh boy, that was a really good save by Jurek. That was a great shot by Jax. It was an excellent shot, and I don't know how the goaltender saw it. I don't even know if he did, but he made the save. It hit his pad. Puck sent wide. Scrum behind the net, and the Orioles have the puck. Here's Schmoll. And Leo Schmoll, good pass. That slot, oh boy. And a big save as pushing off was Joey Closey. And made the save as the net came off. Good passing play by St. Louis Park. That's their best play. As you can see here on the Twin Cities Featherlight and Trailers replay, as the left skate ends up pushing off the post. But Closey got it anyway. Top line on the ice for St. Louis Park, answered by the Dorzinski line. Dorzinski, Fronick, and Whitty. St. Louis Park wins that draw. That's sent to, oh boy, a lot of traffic, and I think Closey got enough of it. Here's Grayson Whitty down the wing. Joey Bush backhands in. First man on the forecheck, looking to be Dorzinski. Pucks into the neutral zone, and chipped ahead by Whitty. Owen racing after it there, and Schmoll has it. The calm defenseman looks good. 10 in black in his own end. Here's Ryder. Ryder's got people with him, and that puck steered into the corner smartly by Closey. With speed is Fronick. The freshman, pretty good pass for Bush. Not able to be handled, though, and the puck's fired in. New Prague will finish the change. Here's Schmoll. Good job by Fronick with pressure. Oh, there's Rue with it in the slot. Backhand through the slot by Dorzinski. Here's Owen. A nice pass there. Here's Jack Fronick. Fronick for Beckius. Beckius fires through. Hits Dorzinski, and the puck comes back to center ice. It's the best period New Prague's played in a month. 6:45 to play, first period. Still scoreless. And out to center ice, and here is the Marty Hurdy. Hurdy being marked by Jackson Whitus. Hurdy sidesteps Jackson, gets support though by Huber. Good job by Huber, knowing who had the puck to come off his responsibility, make the play. But Ryder with a good sweep check. Huber hits him. The turnover allows St. Louis Park to have the puck. Centering pass in front, and the tip attempt for Cam Jackson goes into the corner. Orioles fire, and that's Closey with the save. Cleared by Huber, but not out. Sustained pressure by St. Louis Park, and August Beckius now trying to spring Whitus, who was clear, just didn't get it high enough, and St. Louis Park came in. That pass that was knocked down, you might not have been able to see it at home, but Whitus would have been clear from the red line in. St. Louis Park will fire in and change. Here's Beckius, good stick handle there, just rolls off though at the end, and St. Louis Park now back for is Chase Cloutier. Cloutier for Ashley, wouldn't accept by Ashley. Carson fires, and that's blocked Good stick by number 23, Grant Haggerty. 5:35 to play. Here's Borwidge. Borwidge with some room on his pass. Hits a shin. And not many whistles here. Good back check by Walker Anderson. Should be offsides there, and it is. And we get a whistle and a stoppage. There's an opportunity for Grayson Rue in the slot. Last couple of chances for New Prague have hit sticks, hit shins in front. Boy, shots on goal say St. Louis Park 10-5. That's why it's such a misleading stat, because, you know, if you're, you know, I mean, and everybody is watching here, New Prague's been really good against a really good team. 2/3 of the action, probably advantage the team in white. Back in the neutral zone, and here's Michael Hudick. Hudick being pressured by Walker Anderson. Good start by Walker. Puck's turned over by St. Louis Park. Returned over there by New Prague is Tyler Applin's pass failed to click, and here's Borwidge. Cade to the line, not out. Kept in neatly by Nicky Moran behind the net. Knocked down. Here's Tyler Applin skating. On the back, New Prague having a little trouble getting the puck out now. And Ashley, the spacing disappeared a little bit for New Prague, ahead for Walker Anderson. Walker back into his own zone. Anderson with speed, gains the red, fires, and that's a good shot labeled for the blocker side, and Parker Jurek up to the task. Here's Walker. Anderson by the net, dragged down with the free hand. Referee says play on. You know, Schmoll did take his hand off the stick there. That's one that sometimes the refs will grab. Here's Anderson. And Schmoll come together, and that puck's flipped into the St. Louis Park coaches. Whistle stoppage, 4:05 to play in the first period, the scoreless first period. It's a really good shot selection by Anderson, using the defenseman as a screen, and a top-notch save by Jurek. Draw one by New Prague and cleanly. Whitty looking in front. Oh, I think he tried to flip that off the back of the goaltender, Jurek. Talented play there by Grayson Whitty. Goaltender holds his post. And we get another draw. Dorzinski against Hurdy, and Hurdy wins that one. New Prague, Whitty is dumped, no call. And the lone power play in the first period to St. Louis Park. New Prague cleaned it, killed it good. Here's the top line on the ice, and they have a 3-on-2. Drop pass for Brian Duncan. Return pass for Ryder. Well handled defensively by New Prague, and Closey puts his mitt on it for the stoppage. Huber's line onto the ice. New Prague rolling those three lines pretty evenly. Huber drawing Hurdy again. One thing we haven't seen yet is St. Louis Park dangerous off the draw. Good tip by Jackson Wojtas. Wojtas' return pass for Rue fails to click. Here's Joey Bush joining the rush. And at center is Marty Hurdy. Hurdy wide, and you can see the attention. New Prague paying to 21 in black. Good job by Keenan Huber forcing the turnover. And Huber softly for Bush. I think he thought Joey was going to join the rush there. But Joey, being a defenseman against the top unit, decided to be conservative. Here's Grayson Rue. Good job by New Prague forcing blue line turnovers. Grayson has the puck roll off his stick, though. And the intended pass for Teddy Rich fails. Chase Cloutier. Chase has had a good period. Probably the best period I've seen Chase play in the first period. He's been solid with the puck, and his passing accuracy has been good. Under 3 to play in the period. To center skating with the pucks, Liam McCoy. McCoy knocked down by Riley Krocek. Cloutier in his own end. Up the wall. Taken there, fired, and hit traffic. That was knocked out away by Krocek. Riley's going to ice it. We get a whistle and a stoppage with 2.5 to play in the first. Good action. Good hockey. And this is fun. Still scoreless. I think the 5-day, you know, the 3 games in 4 days can be a lot. Hockey's a draining sport. It's hard work. And I think, there's a right pad save by Closey off the draw, one by St. Louis Park. New Prague not as dominant on the faceoff as they were in the first few minutes. didn't manage the puck great there, and Closey makes a save and kicks the puck into the corner. Carson Ashley on the backhand. That puck's fired wide by Schmall. Brigham banging the puck on the forehand, but kept in neatly there by Owen Anklem. 28-10, the top defense pairing for St. Louis Park. They play together. And Prague having trouble getting the puck out. Now they do. There's Ashley, head man to Walker. Here's Anderson. He's got help. Walker looking for Beckius, joining the rush as the fourth man. August has knocked off the puck. And back to center. Borwidge steps up. Here's Brigham couldn't stay onside. His Borwidge made one extra move and take away a scoring opportunity. See that again, the draws were really dominant for New Prague early, not so much, pretty even the rest of the way. And both teams offensively are winning draws. In the offensive zone, teams have been good, and they've generated scoring opportunities because of that. Shots on goal, 13-6. I think New Prague carried the play the first 9 minutes, and there's a 2-on-1 here. Dorzinski fires, he hit the crossbar. Dorzinski hits the bar. Orioles fire the puck into the aluminum here, into the tin. Good transition by New Prague. Really good pass there. Didn't see who made that one. That pass was excellent. Dorzinski had some time and space and had the goaltender beat and hits the crossbar. And we're still scoreless with 1:32 to play in the period. Ekfronik on the chat. This is the Hurdy line, top line for St. Louis Park as the puck's flipped into the net. Again, I think New Prague wants a choppy game when 21 Blacks on the ice, and they want a free-flowing game with a lot of chances when 21's not on the ice. I think that's, you almost want to play two hockey games here. Look at me talking like I know what I'm talking about. I've never played hockey, but it seems to be that, break even against 21 and dominate the action when he's off the ice is a good recipe for success. 1:18 to play first period. Here's Schmall. Leo Schmall, wide, marked by Bush. Good job by Joey, high slot. And I don't know if that got through or not. If Closey got the left pad on it. Prague's got to take away that high slot. Maybe a couple of chances there for St. Louis Park. We are 60 seconds in the first. Still scoreless, one-timer. Closey goes from left to right. Good. He's got 16 saves here in the first period. Good job by Ashley. Bush will check his man, which is Teddy Rich. Tyler Applin has the puck. Good pass on a Jackson Whitus' tape. Whitus trying to spring Walker, but read by Schmall. And then Schmall sidesteps both forwards. And coming back, and good support there by Keenan. And Keenan's had a good period. Half a minute to play first period. Here's Joey Bush. Bush to Anderson. He's got Whitus with him. Here's Walker. Fires! And a left pad save into the netting. Referees say play on. They didn't see it hit up high. Few odd man rushes for New Prague. 12 seconds to play in the period. Knocked away. Good job by Anderson. Anderson has stick checked. Taking the hook by Hurdy for Whitus. Whitus for Hilburn. Had his stick lifted right at the end. Beckius sends through. And a fun period of hockey without any goals. As you see this last rush by Anderson and Whitus. Good job by Jack staying on side. I don't have a problem with Walker shooting that one. I think he saw Jackson slow up at the line, so didn't think he'd have the speed on the 2-on-1, so he did elect to shoot it. You could go either way on that one, but I think that there's a thought process behind it that Jax didn't have speed right away, so Walker elects to shoot it. No problem with that one. A good, fun first period of action here from New Prague, but we are scoreless. They are gonna talk about the floor hockey state champs here, so let's get the first period highlights brought to you by Twin Cities Featherlight and Trailers. We'll watch those now, and a lot of them, a lot of good scoring opportunities, good saves, a good period of hockey. Again, it started in the face-off circle. I thought the offensive zone draws in the first few minutes was all New Prague, and you saw Walker Anderson, who was the most dangerous player for the home team in that period. Numerous good opportunities, and that one just hit the top of the shoulder. I think that was the top passing, but that would have been a goal that we'd be watching for years, Mitchell. All five guys touching it, the quick touches, and the puck just jumps Grayson Whitty's stick right at the end. It was a good opportunity. Joey Bush gets the puck through. Good timing by the forechecking Keenan Huber, trying for the tip. St. Louis Park did come back, but you saw a couple of good defensive plays. There, this is a good one by Tyler Applin with Kate Borwidge racing back as well. Jackson Wojtas outskated both the St. Louis Park defensemen there, and a right pad save by goaltender Jurek, who was excellent. Again, they only say 6 shots on goal. All 6 of them must have been grade A, because there was a breakaway by Wojtas. Here's a really good opportunity by Bush, trying to beat the goaltender blocker side. And New Prague was very, very dangerous. Numerous odd man rushes. There was a good passing play, hitting Borwidge's stick, and then Wojtas with the turnaround backhand that I don't think Jurek saw, but he makes the right pad save anyway, and that was a really good opportunity for New Prague. There's the chance for Grayson Rue, hanging out in the hard areas into the slot, unable to, as the good stick check by Leo Schmoll right at the end foiled that attempt. And this was a good rush by Walker Anderson, using the defenseman as the screen there. That was a smart shot and a good save by the goaltender. And again, New Prague, you see all the good chances. And the thing you notice about their chances in the first period is how many of them came off the rush with time and space, with speed. As you can see, here's this 2-on-1, and Dorzinski beats the goaltender off the crossbar here. So New Prague, more rush chances generated here. Maybe the most rush chances since the Mankato East opener. And this was that late developing 2-on-1 at the end of the period, as Walker Anderson elect shot here, and a good job by Jurek cutting down the angle, making the left pad save. So those are your first period highlights, and replays brought to you by Twin Cities Featherlight Trailer and Storage. And we'll hear from head coach Brad Drazen here in a little bit.
Please give them a warm welcome and congratulate them on their state championship. The Florida hockey team has started their 2026 campaign off 5-0 after an 11-1 win over Robbinsdale last night. Their next game is tomorrow night at home.
And good luck to the New Prague floor hockey team, again celebrating their state championship 11-0 one season ago. Joined here by head coach Brad Drazen on the AAI Garage Door coach interview. Coach, fun period. You guys did a lot right, man.
Yeah.
Fun to watch?
Yeah, it was good. I was happy for our guys that, like, we've talked about just going. If you see a lane, go, and just trust that your teammate's going to be there to support you. And, Joey Closey came up with a lot of big saves for us that period. And, I obviously wish one of those chances would have fallen, but, we got to work for them and earn them.
The noticeable thing is how many of your chances coming on the rush in this game. Maybe as many chances on the rush in any period, maybe since the Mankato East game to start the year. A lot of 2-on-1s, 3-on-2s, and guys seem to be making the right decisions with the puck.
Yeah, their D, they love to get up in the rush, and it makes them really hard to play against. But then out of that, we can get chances by, we got to be first good responsibly defensively, getting guys back. We can't get beat up the ice, but then when we get the puck, we can turn and go, and I think that's what we started to see.
21 wearing black, a good player. Marty Hurdy, it looks like you guys, there's an emphasis. When he has the puck, you guys are putting a second guy, a third guy towards him. Is that coaching philosophy, or is that just a normal play? I know Huber and Dorzinski kind of splitting the time against him.
Yeah, it's really about, we talk about, hey, if you want to make a good player or a great player, give them time and space. If you want to make a great player and a good player, take away their time and space. And so we want to do that to everybody. But yeah, we want to be aware of those guys. 10's a really good defenseman for them too. And, so we just want to take time and space away and make them feel uncomfortable.
Last question, Coach. You haven't had a power play yet, just one chance on the PK, but you guys had the better of the chances. You get a breakaway, you get a 2-on-1. Is that something you guys tried to do, fly the zone a little bit shorthand? Do you have some set pieces against that, or is that just naturally happening?
No, it's just naturally happening, I think. And again, it's just with that mentality of if you have an opportunity, take it. You have to be good defensively first, but, if there's a chance, take it. And I think our aggressiveness paid off there of where, we're forcing them to make a play before they're ready, and we got some chances out of that.
Fun period, Coach. Let's go get it.
Yeah, thanks.
It's head coach Brad Drazen on the AAI Garage Door Coaches interview. Again, that's a lot to like here. I thought there was a lot to like on Thursday, and there's even more to like here today as New Prague didn't get a goal. They're tied at 0, but carrying most of the play against a pretty good St. Louis Park team today. Mitch, you want to take commercial timeout? We are going to take a commercial timeout, get all set. Zamboni's on the ice, and we're about 12 minutes away from face-off for the second period. Scoreless, Metro West Hockey, New Prague and St. Louis Park. Back in a minute.
Is your garage door giving you trouble? Whether it's a broken spring, malfunctioning opener, or you need a brand new door, AAI Garage Door is here to help. Doug and his team at AAI Garage Doors bring over 20 years of experience to every repair and installation, providing fast, reliable, and affordable solutions for your garage door needs. Serving New Prague and surrounding areas like Belle Plaine, Shakopee, Prior Lake, and more, we're proud to be your trusted local garage door experts. Call Doug today at 952-465-9409 or visit AAIGarageDoors.com for fast, friendly service. AAI Garage Doors, bringing you peace of mind one door at a time.
Home. It's where your story begins, and every story deserves a beautiful place to unfold. At Rocksmith Granite and Quartz, we craft surfaces made for real life, warm gatherings, busy mornings, and everything in between. From bright, inviting kitchens to calming, beautifully designed bathrooms, we bring craftsmanship, care, and elegance to every space. Whether you're building a new home or refreshing the one you love, Rocksmith Granite and Quartz, you're going to love our work.
If you are interested in a new furnace, AC, water heater, or water softener and want professional and quality installations along with great pricing, give us a call. Full Circle Mechanical, fully covering your home comfort needs. 651-315-2000, and let's go Trojans!
Mental health impacts every aspect of our lives. Yet for too long, it's been treated as a conversation to avoid. At Duck Cup Memorial, we know the cost of silence is far too high. That's why we've made it our mission to bring real stories and life-saving education to schools and communities. Through courage and connection, we're equipping young people, parents, and teachers with tools to recognize and address mental health struggles before it's too late. We do this because we believe no one should feel alone. We do this because every life matters, and we do this because in every season, your mental health matters. Help us bring hope to more communities. Your support, whether through donations, sharing our message, or wearing our merchandise, fuels our mission to end the stigma and build a culture of care. We hope you'll join us.
For over 90 years, Witt Construction has been building dreams in New Prague and the surrounding communities. They're a family-owned and operated business and are proud to be led by former New Prague Trojan hockey players who understand the importance of teamwork and dedication. That's why they're committed to providing their customers with the best possible experience. Whether you're building a new custom home, renovating your existing home, or need commercial construction services, they'll work with you to create a space that meets your unique needs and budget. They also offer a wide range of other services, including excavation and deck building. So no matter what your project is, they can help you get it done right. Visit their website or call them today for more information.
Hero Home Services is your trusted ally in home comfort. Whether it's plumbing, heating, cooling, drains, ducts, or electrical, visit callhero.com now to schedule your service.
And welcome back. Zamboni finishing up. Both teams will be out of the locker room in just a couple of minutes. Once again, don't go anywhere after the second period intermission. We're going to hear from our flag bearers from the Pee Wee C group, Colton and Cooper Metzen, as well as Landon Baker, plus our OMSC Senior Spotlight, spotlighting Grayson Rue today. I'm joined by Senior Mitchell Chadwick. Mitchell, first period in the books. I thought we played great.
That was an awesome period for sure. Fast from both teams. I think how we came out, definitely a reflection from that Waconia game. I think we were bringing the same energy. So
I agree, and I think the nice thing, you have a season, and every sport has a season. You're going to go through ups and downs. New Prague got off to that great start, and then I think they went through a 6-game stretch where they didn't play very well. It looks like trending upward now, which is a good thing heading forward.
Yeah, we definitely had that slump, and I'm glad we're starting to look better, and I think we're going to come out of it real quick. We have quite a hard schedule coming up, though, so it's the right time to bring up the energy.
Your boy Jax had 3 great chances in the period. You say he's got a nickname for this matchup, right?
Yeah, we've been calling St. Louis Park St. Whitus Park lately. Jackson's had a fun history with this team, so he's been super hyper about this game, and his energy's been unreal. I've locked eyes a few times with him, and he's kind of just going crazy right now. So
fun to see as many chances on the rush. Jax obviously had the breakaway shorthanded. You've seen Walker leading some 2-on-1s, and the defenseman jumping in and joining the rush. So many rush chances in that period, which is entertaining hockey.
Yeah, I didn't think there was too much neutral zone play. I thought it was a lot of O-zone, D-zone play, and yeah, of course we've had, I think, like 3 breakaways and a bunch of odd man rushes. So I'm just waiting for, Jack Fronick was open on one of the back doors. Grayson Ruse had a great period. Jackson, obviously. I think we're going to get one here, and it's going to come quick.
Face-offs a key to the first period. I thought a lot of the New Prague's best chances early in the period off of the draw. Talk about some of those guys that do the work in the face-off circle.
Yeah, Carson for sure. He's kind of our main guy when we need a face-off one. We send him out there, and he's really good with that. And obviously Keenan's pretty well out there too. So I think we just need to win them in the D zone. That's what's most important right now. We're getting them done in the O zone and getting shots off the face-off, but our D zone, we're letting them do the same thing. So we just got to be a little better at that.
St. Louis Park has the 2 top-end talents, 21 Hurdy, 10 Schmoll. I thought the defenseman, Leo Schmoll, had a couple of chances, but I thought we did a really good job on 21. I didn't think he was as dangerous as, everyone kind of made him out to be. So good job by Dorzo, good job by Keenan, and just really as a group, taking away time and space by 21.
Yeah, I didn't see a lot of him, but yeah, 10 for sure, Leo Schmoll. He's a good player, and he's fancy when he wants to be, so I think we're doing a good job with him too.
As both teams make their way out of the locker room, Mitchell, last thing, goaltender up to the task, 15 shots, 15 saves. Joey back between the pipes today. I thought he was solid.
Yeah, it's a huge game for him mentally. I think he's handling it well. So, also same for the St. Louis Park goalie. I think he's a bigger goalie, can't get down as quick, and he's letting things out. But we're going to bury one here soon.
Very good. All right, thanks, Mitchell.
Thank
Let's see our first period summary there. We got our replays and highlights by Twin Cities Featherlight and Trailers, and then get thoughts there by Mitch. Good insight. Both teams back in. We get the long change period here, and as much free flow and as many chances off the rush in the first period. Now with the long change, do we get even more? Is this even more wide open? Is this even more chances? I got a hunch that maybe we, both teams are going to be dangerous offensively in the period of the long change here. So I think we're all set to go. Horn is blared, and we're going to be all set here for second period of hockey. New Prague and St. Louis Park, scoreless through 1. Top line will start on the ice for St. Louis Park. It's 21-3. And I think 12, Teddy Rich. Rich, Ryder, and Herty for St. Louis Park, countered by the Huber line. They got the first shift to start the game against 21. Keenan draws the second opening faceoff as well. And I thought Keenan was really good. Keenan had a really good first period. He was solid. Again, I think this line has a top priority goal, which is to slow St. Louis Park's top line. But that being said, Jackson Moitis had 3 great scoring chances in the first, so they were able to generate offense as well. That pass is up by St. Louis Park, taken by Riley Krochek. Softly back to center. St. Louis Park has it. We're underway period 2. Backhanded in. St. Louis Park will look to establish a forecheck. Riley Krochek dangerous in the slot. Batted away, and here's Grayson Rue. Puck rolls off his stick, though, and Riley Krochek with his third touch here early will use the glass out to center. Jumps Rue's skates, and St. Louis Park will fire back in. First 40 seconds go to the Orioles. Here's Krochek on the backhand. Softly for Joey Bush. Bush's pass for Huber just fails to click. Into the zone. Onside is Wojtas. As Jax will get off here is New Prague changing for the first time as the puck comes unclaimed back in the Trojan zone. Cade Borwidge on the forehand. Borwidge up for Brigham. Brigham's going to touch it. It's going to be onto the goaltender, so no icing. Taken there by Schmoll as they spring a breakaway just off the bench, and I think we're going to see some of that. All right, St. Louis Park is very offensive-minded. High slot fires, and that's tipped up over the net. Borwidge sweeps it for Applin. Walker Anderson back in his own zone. Good play by Walker for Carson Ashley. Ashley off the glove of Brigham. St. Louis Park will touch it first, though, so no hand pass. Collecting is Brian Duncan. Harassed by Walker is looking for Brigham. Back to center. Here's Borwidge. Borwidge softly in. Carson Ashley knocking Duncan to the wall. St. Park has it, and they try to spring number 11, Liam McCoy, but that just past the outstretched stick, and we get an icing and a stoppage here under 2 minutes in to period 2. There's that high slot opportunity, as you heard me give an there. That's don't want the puck coming there, and Brigham, good job by Caden getting his stick on it and deflecting the puck up over the crossbar. Dorzinski as the Orioles chase out of the face-off circle. Dorzinski, Whitty, and Fronick. Their first shift, draw one by St. Louis Park. He's briefly, but Fronick turns it over. Looking for Whitty. Whitty pushes his man off the puck. Supported by Fronick. The freshman reaching, takes the puck away briefly. Claimed by Nicky Moran there, and St. Louis Park will send to the line. Cloutier behind the net, and Grayson Whitty with the puck. Before check in the slide, here's Fronick. It looked like Jack was going to shoot it, but he did not. Back to the point for Beckius. Here's Fronick. Fronick. Good pass, using the wall for Dorzinski, who had the puck stripped by Moran, and pucks back to center. Beckius bats it to himself. Dorzinski, nice soft play with the stick, but couldn't make a second one. As St. Louis Park now to center, and Beckius sweeping the puck away from Nicky Moran. Long shift for 22 in black. Here's Chase Cloutier. I thought Chase had a good, at least first half of the first period. Dorzinski looking for Whitty. And not a ton of good chances here, but here comes Park. That wrist shot hits the goal. Oh, bad rebound, and fire from the slot. That was Michael Hudick for St. Louis Park, and Wojtas has a breakaway again. Jax, bury it! And Jurek with the save is Wojtas alone again. Tried to go glove side and stopped by Jurek. Again, here's that replay. No, didn't get that one. With 14 minutes left. Here's Wojtas on the breakaway, a second clean one. And he had the puck roll off his stick a little bit. I think Jax is going to want that one back. Draw one. Here's Huber centering pass, looking for Rue in front. Back to center, and here's Riley Krochek having a little trouble with it, taken by Finn Ryder. Ryder wide. Joey Bush comes over. Ryder with some speed. The sophomore forward for St. Louis Park. Back for Schmoll, looking for Hurdy, 21. Here's Bush, pushes the puck to center. Taden Krochek on the this line with Rue and Huber. And here's coming back, drop pass left for Hurdy. It's onside on the wall. It hits the referee. Advantage St. Louis Park. Taking the puck there is Owen Anklum. Here's Huber to the line, played by Schmoll. Dangerous guy with the puck. Schmoll for Hurdy. Or actually, Hurdy's here, and that wrist shot dribbles wide of the glove. Bush has a little trouble with it, and sent towards the net, and Ryder with the deflection on. Closey now 17 for 17 to Hurdy's shot off the outside of the net, and St. Louis Park's most sustained pressure in a while. Schmoll with the shot, hits the stick in front of Hurdy. All St. Louis Park here the last 30 seconds. Schmoll on the wall, jumps Krochek stick. Here's Hurdy. Park still dangerous. That's sent through, blocked by Bush. Long shift for New Prague. They will send down. It will not go enough for icing. Bush did not get off. Joey Bush has been on the ice forever here, and he has to stay. The rest got off. Fresh skaters the rest of the way. Bush will now fire in, and he will get off there. And he's going to need to breathe. Carson Ashley blows a tire behind the net. Caden Brigham has it. Good pass for Walker. Here's Anderson. Time and space. He hit the post. Anderson tried to go short side over the blocker, and he hit the bar. Second post hit by New Prague. Down the left wing is Liam McCoy centering a pass in front. Borwich knocks it away. That's a save by the right glove of Closey. We get a whistle and a breath and a stoppage. And how is this game still scoreless? It's a good pass by Caden Brigham in there. And boy, Walker's had some time and space in this game. And look at that, trying to go blocker side and had the goaltender beat again and hits the post square. As the New Prague leading point getter, 10 goals, 9 assists for Walker Anderson. Again, we're still scoreless. Draw one by St. Louis Park. That sent, it was going to go wide, but making no mistake is Joey Closey with the glove. Fun. Dorzinski on the draw against Grant Haggerty. New Prague wins it out to center. Here's Grayson Whitty with some speed. Whitty with some speed with Fronick. Whitty fires, and boy, Parker Jurek with the glove. With a little flair and sauce by Jurek. A good burst of speed and energy there by Grayson Whitty. Just didn't get it up enough. Thinks he wanted to go a little bit higher there over the glove. And good job, good technique by Jurek keeping the glove high there. Confident save by the netminder. Whitty fires, good shot blocked by Braden Neudecker for St. Louis Park. Neudecker hits Whitty. Puck's back to center. This is Cade Borwidge. Borwidge softly in. Good pace on that. Allows Dorzinski to be the first one to the puck. Good touch by Borwidge. Support by Fronick. On the back for Dorzinski. Dorzinski looking for Whitty across the slot. But knocked away by Neudecker once again. Applin, save, rebound, Dorzinski. And Jurek, boy, referee blows it dead. I think that puck never actually got to Jurek. Good sustained pressure, good passing there by Fronick and Dorzinski together. All 5 guys touch it. Whitty puts it right on the blade of Applin there. New Prague found their game. Yeah, when we play like this, we're good. We're a good hockey team. Draw one, here's Walker, leaving for Tyler, Applin through, deflected, looking for Brighamman, here's Caden, buying time, behind the net for Ashley, and the net got bumped off, and we'll get an offensive zone draw once again for New Prague. Shots on goal, 19-12 is what is listed now for St. Louis Park. The quality of chances. Advantage New Prague. This time we'll draw one by St. Louis Park. They will skate to the blue line and out to center. Ryder takes it there, but he's converged on nicely by the New Prague defense, and Borwidge tries to go on the forehand. Here's Brighamman. Caden out to center. Walker trying to push the puck to himself, but St. Louis Park has it there. Purdy turns it over to Walker. Both leading goal scorers were 21. Here is the New Prague's leading point man, Walker Anderson, on the blade of Borwidge. Borwidge will shoot in, but taken there by Schmoll. Leo Schmoll springing Ryder on a breakaway, and Finn Ryder had the puck jump off his stick. Tyler Applin checking him. Carson Ashley up the wall. Schmoll does a good job with body positioning there. Ashley blew a tire again. Second time Carson's fallen down. Here's Hurdy. They're dangerous. Good stick check by Caden Brighamman. At the end, taking away a really good opportunity. Here's Anderson. Overhandling the puck just a touch. Good recovery, and the puck does come out to center. Ollie Culp here for St. Louis Park. Knocked away by Anderson. Long shift by Walker. And this is the long period, long change period. Beckius knocks that one away. Stiffick for the rebound. And Closey's going to pin the puck against the post. Get a whistle on a defensive zone draw. It was Anderson's long shift. You can see struggling to get to the bench here. Happens in the second period sometimes. Second period and overtime. Sometimes you can get caught out there quite a long time. Keenan Huber defensive zone draw, but it's one clean by Park towards the net and sticked away by Joey Closey. Here is Groove. It was, I think, Cloutier who fell down, but was able to get the puck out of the zone. Counterattacking is Liam McCoy. Good job by Jackson Woitis. But now with speed is Ollie Culp. Culp wide, and Beckius got his stick into the hands right at the end. Cloutier supported by Huber. Good pass by Huber to Chase. Chase has the puck, low roll off his heel, and it's dumped in. Cloutier's third touch. This time he'll reverse. Coming down the walls, Woitis. Good body position by Jackson Woitis. Woitis knocked down, turned over. Here's Liam McCoy. They're dangerous, they fire, and it's up. I don't know if Joey gets some of that? Maybe just shot up over the net. Take a look on our Twin Cities Featherlight replay as New Prague having a little trouble exiting the zone. Good stick lift there. And that's a prime scoring area for the Orioles. No, he just scooped it. He just scooped it up into the net there. Dorzinski on the draw against Nicky Moran. There's Grayson Whitty. Whitty had a good chance earlier in this period. We're 8:47 to play in the second and scoreless in a game that's had plenty of chances. Schmoll stepping in. They are just onside. Good skate by, Riley Krocek as Jack Fronick was sprung. And they just couldn't get the puck for him. Fronick goes right wide to Whitty. Whitty's got speed. Fires. And another glove save. Tried to go glove side again. And the goaltender, Parker Jurek, up to the task. Similar angle, similar speed, similar location. And the goaltender flashes the glove. Two good chances for Grayson Whitty. 8:28 to play, second period. We are scoreless. If you just joining us, Wade Olson here from the First Bank and Trust Arena. As Joey Bush fires in, but Caden Brigham had to touch up. Metro West hockey here between St. Louis Park and New Prague. Krocek, they won the puck. Here's Carson Ashley. Ashley tried to flip across for Brigham. Hit a St. Louis Park player, 2-on-1 potentially. Right pad save by Joey Closey. Goaltending off the charts good by both teams. Looked like Teddy Rich just shot the puck into his bench on purpose there. As we should get a face-off in the neutral zone. No, it is going to be in the New Prague zone. I think he just purposely looked at the bench and shot into the bench. That does allow the top line onto the ice for St. Louis Park, but the draw won by Carson Ashley. Good reverse by Applin. And here's Walker Anderson softly for Ashley. Three good passes on the tape. Allows Ashley to gain with speed. Trying to dance around his man, but St. Louis Park converges with numbers. And the puck's into the corner. 7:40 to play. This is Marty Hurdy, leading point man for St. Louis Park. Tries to go rink wide for Schmoll. Huber does a good job on him. Anderson in his own end leaves for Cade Borwidge. Borwidge has a little trouble with the puck again. It's a couple times in the period. Puck's kind of rolled off his stick a little bit unclean. Here's Anderson, just a little too far, and Schmoll with the long reach as plays the puck. It did get out, so New Prague has to tag up. Long up intended for Ryder, knocked away by Huber, and Tyler Applin leaves for Borwidge. Borwidge will ice it, and we'll get a defensive zone draw for New Prague here with 7:03 to play in the period. I think Cade's had a little more time and space on a couple of those touches here than he thinks. He's just panicking a little bit with the puck. And I think he had a long shift there. I think, the icing gives him a break here, allow to recalibrate and reset. Defensive zone draw with under 7 to play. That puck's sent on the net. Another save by Closey. His 24th straight save to start the game. Is the net off again? Yeah, the net's off again. And we'll get a defensive zone draw in the New Prague zone. Again, our next broadcast 2 weeks from today, Chanhassen on the 27th. So we'll get a break. Won't be with you as New Prague into their Metro West portion of their schedule. As draw one, Grayson Rue comes away with it. It's a as takes a big hit. Good, Braden Newdecker knocks Grayson Rue into the boards. Did it legally, did it cleanly. Good hit by Newdecker, knocking Rue down. Gaining the blue line is Brian Duncan. Duncan slot, Wojtis there, trying to spring Rue. Grayson trying to go by his man. Beckius joined the rush and keeps it in. Good job defensively by Griffin Hansen. To the line, Beckius keeps in for the time being, and then banged on the forehand down and Chase Cloutier in his own end. Cloutier, good pass for Whitty. Whitty hits Dorzinski. Dorzinski in rhythm, and it just rolled off his stick. Across the slot, looking for Whitty was Wojtis as Jackson needed to get off. Beckius, his third touch on the shift, sidesteps his man, across the slot, good pass, it's in, it's gotta be in, yeah! I think Dorzinski's gonna get the goal. Great play by Beckius at the line, sidestepping two forwards and finding Dorzinski, and Dorzo with the goal. As went short side, I don't know if Whitty banged it or not. Went behind him, it was in. But I think Dorzinski gets the goal from Beckius. And New Prague, your hero services goal. They deserve that one. Dorzinski from Beckius at 11:15. And New Prague leads 1-0. That's third goal of the year for Owen Dorzinski. August Beckius' 10th assist, tying Carson Ashley for the team lead. Here comes New Prague with 4-on-2. They have numbers again. Anderson leads for Ashley across the slot. Puck's laying in the slot and cleared out to center. Here's Riley Krocek ahead for Walker Anderson. Dorzinski from Beckius at 11:15. And New Prague leads 1-0. They deserve that one. Really good play by Beckius that time. Good shot by Dorzinski going short side, and Grayson Whitty on the doorstep just in case the puck didn't cross the line. Comes Brigham. Caden pushes to himself. Here comes puck just rolls away from Caden as he had Walker with him. Dodging the hit there, onside, just offside it's called. Very, 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 very close as guys come together. Ashley coming together with Liam McCoy a couple times. McCoy's been, hey, St. Louis Park's gonna go, and it's small. It's actually 10. It's gonna be the most key guy for St. Louis Park on the penalty kill is gonna go for a rough here. Leo Schmall is gonna go for either a rough or a cross check, and New Prague's gonna go on the power play. As you see on the Twin Cities Featherlight and Trailers replay. So Trojans first time on the man advantage with the top defenseman in the box, trying to go up a couple. This power play brought to you by Master Electric. Commercial, residential, industrial. Lighting the way for Trojan hockey, Master Electric. Draw one by New Prague, and here's August Beckius. For Carson Ashley, Ashley's pass, though, hits a St. Louis Park defender. Good play by Captain Owen Anklem, number 28, and New Prague will reset. New Prague power play on the season, 13 for 48, operating at 27%. Ashley for Anderson, and Wojtis leads there for Walker. Tough spot, though, for him. And good energy, though, by Walker Anderson to prevent a breakaway. Here comes St. Louis Park back shorthanded. Whitty back in the slot, and Anderson comes with speed. Here's Walker Anderson. Behind the back to Carson Ashley. I think the puck's been jumping a lot tonight, too. It hasn't been sitting clean. Here's Anderson. Anderson's pass hits traffic, and not great passing by New Prague. There's a couple of passes on the power play hitting shins. St. Louis Park comes. Trojans standing around for the first time here. They need to get the puck. As Closey is going to, not sure why he elected to hold that one, but going to hold for a whistle as New Prague's going to get a defensive zone draw here with 3:44 left in the second. I think that's the only minute all game long when New Prague hasn't been great. That power play, we're standing around a little bit. We hit a couple of guys and passes. Didn't work real hard for puck retrieval. So hopefully this second group here gets the momentum and the energy back as Tyler Applin reverses to Joey Bush. Bush trying to spring Huber. Knocked away, and Jurek's going to put his glove on it. We'll get an offensive zone draw. 44 seconds left on the minor to Schmoll. You know, it can work both ways. You know, a penalty kill can get momentum, but a bad power play can also kill momentum. So we got to make sure that doesn't happen. That was a tough first minute. I'll give New Prague credit. It's the only bad minute they've played all game, but boy, that first minute was tough. Here's Joey Bush. Bush fires through, and that goes through the slot with Borwidge in front. The second power play unit is Dorzinski. Borwidge, as Owen wins the puck. He has the lone goal in the game, leading 1-0. Applin, Bush, Dorzinski, Huber, Borwidge. Dorzinski, good rink-wide pass back to the point. Bush fires, and I think it off the tip of the blocker, or maybe Borwidge tipped it up over the net, and we get a whistle and a stoppage with 20 seconds left in the power play. First power play for New Prague. Good job by this second unit here, getting the momentum back a little bit. Winning pucks, getting pucks through. Let's see if they can finish it off here with a goal with 20 seconds left. And New Prague leads 1-0, 3:08 to play second period. New Prague has been really, really good 5-on-5. Here's Dorzinski. Dorzinski, Bush. Cross for Dorzo, and just hit the heel. Actually, the stick broke. Bad luck for Dorzinski. Yes, that was a really good pass by Joey Bush. I'll give that second power play unit a lot of credit. I thought they were good there in their 44 seconds. Ashley for Brigham. Here's Caden. They're off the right pad. Rebound by Anderson. It's in! Brigham gets it through. Anderson with the rebound, and the puck flutters home, and New Prague leads 2-0. Anderson from Brigham will watch for a second assist, but Caden does. I think he does a good job. He elects shot there, and Walker on the rebound. Wow, Carson might have touched that even. And New Prague leads 2-0. Let's get that goal brought to you by Hero Services. Good response by those guys. That first power play unit wasn't great, and a couple of those guys get back onto the ice, and they get a goal. I think it's going to be Anderson from Brigham, and New Prague leads 2-0. Puck set through. No, they come back and they score. No, sorry, it stayed out. There's a scrambling is Closey, so it's going to be Anderson from Brigham. They're Brigham after, and and there's shot. Jurek with the save. I forgot to be a broadcaster here. I'm just watching the game, enjoying it as the puck is iced with 2:08 to play in the second period. They announced Anderson from Bush and Applin, but I think it's going to be Anderson from Brigham. I think is going to be the goal. So New Prague leading 2-0 with 2:08 to play. That is Walker Anderson's team leading 11th goal. And Brigham's 9th assist, 11 points for the sophomore winger, Caden Brigham. And I think Caden did a good job electing shot there as the angle was running out. There's Anderson on the rebound with his 11th. Here's Bush on the forehand. Borwidge for Dorzinski, and New Prague playing with a lot of confidence here. Here is Dorzinski. He's had a really strong game. Dorzinski, time back to the point, and he misses Borwidge. And back to center, Cade will collect. And we're 1:45 to play in the second period. Lunging stick by Dorzinski as Owen missed Cade once, and Cade missed Owen once. And St. Louis Park coming back, and they shot it just wide. Is Finn Ryder with the opportunity. There's Dorzinski for Fronick. Here's Jack Fronick stopping, looking for Whitty. Didn't get it deep, and St. Louis Park will counterattack. This is Marty Hurdy by Borwidge, and we're going to get a holding penalty here. That all stems from not getting the puck deep. New Prague gained the blue line. They stopped, and the puck didn't go forward. It stopped there, and that allowed the top group to counterattack, and the skill level of Marty Hurdy generates a scoring opportunity. Borwidge for a holding, and New Prague will go shorthanded for the second time. Again, the penalty kill brought to you by Master Electric. Yep, just got to manage the puck a little better. Up 2-0, stop past the blue line, and that puck's got to go deep. And it did not, and Hurdy able to generate a power play. So as here comes New Prague off the draw. Here's Walker Anderson. Here comes Anderson. He's got Ashley with them. Ashley across, and that's deflected away as back checking was Grant Haggerty. We've seen New Prague be dangerous on the penalty kill. 1 minute left, second period. Trojans lead 2-0. Comes Schmoll. Good job by Anderson. Walker's done a good job penalty killing. Look at this. Walker Anderson putting his guy into the wall. What a great job. Good PK by Anderson. 40 seconds to go in the second period. Carrying it forward is Finn Ryder. Ryder wide, marked by Krocek. Back to the point, kept in by Hurdy. In 21 in black, leading goal scorer. 10, the big defenseman sitting in front, just like Borwidge does for our second unit, power play unit. They do theirs. That is a good passing play, and they score. So the penalty comes back to Hurt. St. Louis Park nets one on the power play with 22 seconds left. Good passing play. And the puck knocked in by Grant Haggerty on the goal. So Haggerty from Hurdy, and let's see the second assist. That's a pretty good passing play there. Yep, nice passing play. Tough one for the goaltender, Joey Closey. So the penalty comes back to Hurt, and St. Louis Park cuts the lead in half. We're now 2-1 with 22 seconds left. Now finish it with a good shift. Huber line on as St. Louis Park comes after the draw. Good job defensively by Joey Bush. Borwidge on the backhand, trying to spring Grayson Rue. Schmoll comes back, and Huber is harassed. 8 seconds left. Here's Joey Bush. Shoots it, knocks his man down backhand, and Jurek had to make a save right at the buzzer. A good period of hockey. New Prague gets goals from Dorzinski and Anderson. St. Louis Park gets a power play marker with under a half minute to go to cut the lead in half. And we exit after 2 periods of play with the New Prague Trojans leading by a 2-1 score. Again, don't go anywhere. After our commercial timeout, we are going to have our flag bearer interviews where we hear from PWC, Colton and Cooper Metzen, along with Landon Baker. We're also going to hear our OMSC player spotlight as we talk about senior winger Grayson Rue. All that coming up at the second intermission. We'll also get second period highlights and replays. But we're going to take commercial timeout first, and then we'll get our second period intermission stuff for you. Trojans lead 2-1. We're setting up for a fun third period. You're watching Trojans hockey.
Is your garage door giving you trouble? Whether it's a broken spring, malfunctioning opener, or you need a brand new door, AAI Garage Door is here to help. Doug and his team at AAI Garage Doors bring over 20 years of experience to every repair and installation, providing fast, reliable, and affordable solutions for your garage door needs. Serving New Prague and surrounding areas like Belle Plaine, Shakopee, Prior Lake, and more, we're proud to be your trusted local garage door experts. Call Doug today at 952-465-9409 or visit AAIGarageDoors.com for fast, friendly service. AAI Garage Doors, bringing you peace of mind one door at a time.
Home. It's where your story begins, and every story deserves a beautiful place to unfold. At Rocksmith Granite and Quartz, we craft surfaces made for real life. Warm gatherings, busy mornings, and everything in between. From bright, inviting kitchens to calming, beautifully designed bathrooms, we bring craftsmanship, care, and elegance to every space. Whether you're building a new home or refreshing the one you love, Rocksmith Granite and Quartz, you're going to love our work.
If you are interested in a new furnace, AC, water heater, or water softener and want professional and quality installations along with great pricing, give us a call. Full Circle Mechanical, fully covering your home comfort needs. 651-315-2000, and let's go Trojans!
Mental health impacts every aspect of our lives. Yet for too long, it's been treated as a conversation to avoid. At Duck Cup Memorial, we know the cost of silence is far too high. That's why we've made it our mission to bring real stories and life-saving education to schools and communities. Through courage and connection, we're equipping young people, parents, and teachers with tools to recognize and address mental health struggles before it's too late. We do this because we believe no one should feel alone. We do this because every life matters, and we do this because in every season, your mental health matters. Help us bring hope to more communities. Your support, whether through donations, sharing our message, or wearing our merchandise, fuels our mission to end the stigma and build a culture of care. We hope you'll join us.
For over 90 years, Witt Construction has been building dreams in New Prague and the surrounding communities. They're a family-owned and operated business and are proud to be led by former New Prague Trojan hockey players who understand the importance of teamwork and dedication. That's why they're committed to providing their customers with the best possible experience. Whether you're building a new custom home, renovating your existing home, or need commercial construction services, they'll work with you to create a space that meets your unique needs and budget. They also offer a wide range of other services, including excavation and deck building. So no matter what your project is, they can help you get it done right. Visit their website or call them today for more information.
Hero Home Services is your trusted ally in home comfort. Whether it's plumbing, heating, cooling, drains, ducts, or electrical, visit callhero.com now to schedule your service.
I want to thank the sponsors once again for making these broadcasts possible. We're through 2 periods of play. New Prague leads 2-1. We were scoreless after 1 period of play, but that didn't mean there was no high events in the first period. A lot of high event hockey, goaltenders making big saves all over the place. We went in the locker room 0-0, and then the goals started happening in the last 6 minutes of the second period. Let's take a look at our second period highlights, replays here, brought to you by Twin Cities Featherlight and Storage. And Jackson Waitis, his second clear breakaway of the game. Had the puck roll off his stick a little bit there. I think Jax probably wants that one back. As he tried to beat the goaltender to the glove side. An early breakaway for New Prague, and they've had plenty of odd man opportunities. There was a good pass to Brigham as Walker Anderson hits the post. New Prague has a crossbar in the first, and then Anderson trying to beat the goaltender on the blocker side hits the pipe. I see Grayson Whitty. He had a couple of rushes in the similar spots. See good skating by Whitty. Good strength as well, discarding the stick check and trying to go glove side. This was Tyler Applin, had a couple of opportunities in the second period. There's another odd man potential for a 2-on-1 here. This is Whitty's second chance, also trying to go glove side as the goaltender Parker Jurek, who's been very, very good, made the save there. Here's the first goal as August Beckes keeps the puck in, and they backhand pass with pace across the high slot, right onto the tape of Dorzinski, who knocks it home. And even if it didn't go in, Grayson Whitty was there to knock it in. So Dorzinski from Beckius on the goal. There was a one-time opportunity, but Dorzinski's stick shattered on him. That was a good pass on the power play as the stick broke. And here's Brigham on the second New Prague goal. Puts the puck on net. Rebound comes to Walker Anderson. And good choice by Caden. Gave a reboundable shot, and Anderson knocks it home. Kind of the bounding puck. That made it 2-0. That was that Jackson there or Brigham? Is Caden Brigham using his speed for that opportunity. As you can see how many scoring chances New Prague did have. And there at the buzzer is Keenan Huber trying to lead the rush there. So a good period for New Prague. Very, very dangerous. Goals for Dorzinski and Walker Anderson. Assists for Brigham and Beckius. St. Louis Park did get a power play goal late in the second, and that's where we're at now. New Prague leading 2-1. Lacey was able to get a couple thoughts from our flag bearers today representing Team PWC. Please welcome Colton, Cooper, and Landon.
Hey Trojans, I'm here with our PWC flag bearers tonight. What's your name, number, and position?
Colton Metzen, 25, defense.
All right, and who is your favorite player on the New Prague varsity?
August.
And who is your biggest role model in the hockey community?
My dad.
Great. Next player, why don't you come on in? All right, Bud, what's your name, number, and position?
Cooper Metzen, number 35, and I play center.
And who's your favorite player on the boys varsity team?
Kate Borridge.
And who's your biggest role model?
My dad.
Great. Next player, why don't you come on in? Hi, Bud. What's your name, number, and position?
Landon Baker, 15 in defense.
And who's your favorite player on the New Prague varsity?
Riley.
And who is your biggest role model?
Wayne Gretzky.
All right, boys, why don't you all come on in? And these boys have a very special shout out for our floor hockey team tonight.
Congrats on winning state last year.
All right, boys, give me your best go Trojans. 3, 2, 1.
Go Trojans!
And thank you, Lacey. Good job, boys. And thank you to Full Circle Mechanical for bringing us our Flag Bears interviews. Once again, Colton, Cooper, and Landon, nice job representing Team PWC. Now time for our player spotlight, our senior spotlight, brought to you by OMSC. If you've ever had to think about wisdom teeth for yourself or your kids, you know it can be stressful. OMSC makes it easier. They handle everything from wisdom teeth removal to all other oral surgery needs. You can arrange a consult at their locations in Savage, Chanhassen, Edina, or Wayzata. And our senior spotlight today, brought to you by OMSC, is Grayson Rue. Did get to hear from Grayson a little bit after as our first star after the Waconia game. Joined once again by Mitchell up here in the booth. Mitchell, Grayson, relentless. That's right. Relentless. Just cares every shift. High motor guy, and he is a puck seeker. Looking puck retrieval, one of his best skills.
Yeah, he never stops moving. Grayson's always been a gritty player. I used to play with him on a few teams. He's never stopping. He's always doing what he needs to do to get the puck in front of the net, and he's such a gritty player.
4 goals, 4 assists in his career. Grayson gets a lot of penalty kill work as well. A top penalty killer for us. He thrives in that role. I think is one of his strengths.
I mean, yeah, I think he fits perfectly with our scheme. How we attack a lot on our power play. We're really fast. He fits perfectly with that. How he plays. He's never stops moving his feet. So I think that's why he strives there.
Talking with head coach Brad Drazen before the game, he talked about his leadership in the locker room, how welcoming he is to the young guys as well. It's not just the on-the-ice stuff with Grayson, but his intangibles are very good in the room.
Oh, yeah, he's got a great personality, easy person to talk to, and, yeah, he'll always listen to you. And, yeah, he welcomes the younger guys really well, and he's a good leader.
So he sings, and he's good at it. Is that the rumor?
Yeah, you're correct there. He's a pretty talented singer. You can see on the screen there, he's got his own single on my radio. It's quite the banger.
What type, country music or what?
Yeah. Yep. So he sings country music, and then with his band, I know they cover up some rock music too and stuff like that. So.
Some strengths, but what are some things in the classroom or some things, funny quirks about Grayson off the rink? Nothing about hockey, other than singing, obviously.
Yeah, he's a super smart kid. He's got a lot of knowledge about random things. He's got a good sense of humor as well. He's nice to talk to. So.
His best, again, you can see he had a goal and assist to start off the season in the 7-2 win against Mankato East. Grayson doesn't get a lot of power play time. He's not going to be on the top line. He's not. His role on the team isn't to get 4 points a night. His role is the stuff that you don't see in the scorebook on the stat sheet. The hard-working stuff. He's a glue guy. Grayson Rue, kind of glue guy. I think it makes sense.
Right. Yeah. I mean. He started the season off hot on the stat book, and he did the same thing last year, too. He had a few big games with a bunch of numbers, and, I mean, I feel like he definitely had a slump this season, but he's definitely overcoming it, and I really like how he's played these last 2 or 3 games here.
Yeah, and he had a ton of chances against, or he had good chances against Waconia, especially. I know, I remember a shift where he ended up having 2 chances on the same shift. He was a little frustrated. He banged the stick a little bit, but I just appreciate that you can always trust his energy. And I'm not saying this a negative, but some guys' energy wavers. It goes up and it goes down. His energy constant. Seems to love hockey, and every time that he gets to suit up, he plays as hard as he can.
Yeah, he's a super passionate kid, and once he touches the ice, he's always in work mode, so he never gives up out here. It's awesome.
Mitchell, just talking about that second period now, I do want to thank OMSC for sponsoring our senior spotlight. Grayson Rule, we got to talk to him after the Waconia game, but let's talk about that second period. Another fun period. We finally get rewarded for some of the work that we were doing. We get a couple of goals. Dorzo with one, and I think a good choice by Caden Brigman to elect shot, and it was a smart shot on the second goal that allowed Walker a rebound opportunity.
Yeah, I loved everything about that period until about that last 15 seconds when they got one. I thought we had a lot of momentum going into intermission, and then they snuck one in, but otherwise we're playing really good right now. it's so fun to watch right now. This is when we're at our peak, moving the puck really well, really fast.
I'm not a hockey guy. You're a hockey guy. You've been in the room when you give up a late goal. All right, is it a deflating thing? Talk to me about the room. When you give up one with 22 seconds left or anything in the last half a minute, does it change the mood and the demeanor in the room?
It definitely helps that we have a lead right now. I think guys like Cade and Jackson are definitely spreading the word to keep our heads up. I don't think just because we let that one up, we are not out of this game. Obviously still winning. If we just keep playing our game how we played the first 2 periods, I think we're gonna pull out with this one.
Joey off the charts again in the second. They get a power play goal late, but that was a tic-tac-toe passing play. How many goaltenders are going to get that one? He's been, he's 27 of 28 shots. 2 straight periods of off the charts goaltending.
He's making some huge saves for us, and on that last goal, it went off the kid's skate. Nothing you can do there. Rough bounce for Joey. He's playing unreal.
One guy I've liked, and Walker Anderson is so talented. He's so skilled, and obviously he gets the goal. But how about the shift where on the penalty kill, we're just dogged determination, killing, 15, 20 seconds on his own. When he's doing that stuff, he's the most fun player to watch on the team when he's doing that.
Yeah, everybody definitely knows about his skills, but when he gets into a corner battle or something, he's gritty, and he's not giving up on that puck.
So a good period for New Prague. They get 2. St. Louis Park gets 1. The Orioles have taken the ice here. We're expecting New Prague out of the locker room here soon. Mitchell, let's go get one, huh?
Yeah. Jackson Whitus, Jack Fronick, I think they're due here. We're going to get one.
Let's get one. 20 and 23 are calls from Mitchell here in the third period. We're all set here for third period of action. I want to thank everyone for watching at home, and don't go anywhere. This should be a fun one. This has been fire wagon hockey at times. Up and down, a lot of chances, and I don't see any reason for it to be different here in the third period. I don't think New Prague's going to go into a shell. I think they like the way they're playing. They're not going to change anything that they're doing. They did take a late penalty. I do think they want to stay out of the box to not let Schmoll and Hurdy have extra time and space with the man advantage. So I do think New Prague being disciplined is a focus and a key, but I don't think New Prague needs to change anything they're doing. Puck management at times, the puck can get deep if you don't have options. But I think New Prague likes the way they're playing. I think they're going to keep going the same way. I think St. Louis Park is offensively. That's the way they play anyway. So I don't think they need to tell the defenseman to join the rush. The defenseman already joined the rush. It's what they do. So I think we're going to get a lot of the same, which is good because that was really good hockey the first 2 periods. So we are ready to go. Third period of play. New Prague leads 2-1. Remember, after the game, Brandware will sponsor our 3 stars of the game for New Prague, and we'll hear from our number 1 star. A lot of guys playing great. Caden Brigman's had a good game. I think Keenan Huber's had a good game, even though his roles changed a little bit. Anderson's been good. Bush has been good. And the goaltender's been excellent through 2. Huber, Whitus, Rue against the top line. Let's finish this. Huber draw down. Here's Joey Bush. Riley Krocek back in his own end in St. Louis Park. Here's Hurdy leaving the puck for Ryder. And the goal scorer for St. Louis Park is Grant Haggerty. Haggerty on the power play. That rink-wide pass through the slot. And Joey Bush on the backhand. Reversing for Krocek, but Riley and Joey not on the same page there. Now Bush up to Whitus. Whitus springs Rue. Good pass by Jackson as Grayson kicks it a little bit. Here's Keenan Huber joining him. Huber across the slot and knocked away at the last second as Grayson Rue sniffing at the left post. Good job by Keenan Huber joining the play there. Again, I don't think, and I think as Grayson shaken up a little bit there as Rue comes back to the bench. Good first shift for New Prague, and that's the key. When 21 Blacks on the ice, New Prague wants the puck. Have the puck, keep it away from them, and then take advantage of the ice time against the Orioles' second and third line, which Ashley has an offensive zone draw here. But draw 1 by the goal scorer, Haggerty, as St. Louis Park attempts their breakout. They are to center, and they have the puck. This is Ollie Culp. Culp's harassed though by Ashley. Haggerty with the shot. Closey the save. Save 28 for the netminder. 1 minute into period 3. Trojans lead 2-1. Ashley against Haggerty again. Haggerty wins this one as well. Push forward by Brian Duncan. A hope, and that shot goes through the crease. Rebound off the pad, and St. Louis Park pressing for the equalizer. Pass across the slot. Hit the toe of Anderson's stick. Borwidge puts his guy, Culp, into the wall. Tyler Applin behind the net, and he's checked by Liam McCoy. Here's McCoy. Opposite diagonal. Left pad save, rebound, and Closey will cover up. As coming together was Ashley and one of the St. Louis Park forwards, Ollie Culp. Good shift for St. Louis Park there. And they have the first 3 shots of period 3. Third line on the ice, this is Moran, Neudecker, and Mitchell Hudek for St. Louis Park. As boy, Closey had to be up to the task again. Bad whistle there. As a referee lost sight of the puck. That was an easy one to see. He's got to be able to keep that play going, but Closey up to the task there. Good job on his angle. There's Cloutier taking the puck into the corner. Here's Dorzinski. And Cloutier, a pair of 26s working in the corner. And Grayson Whitty trying to push the puck forward, though, but kept in by the captain, Owen Anklam. Anklam coming down the wall, back to the point. Sent towards the net, right pad save. Cloutier on the forehand. Couldn't get the puck past Moran, though. And St. Louis Park is buzzing with their third line here. Sidestepping Dorzinski, walking out, backhand goes through the slot. Here's Whitty. New Prague needs a clear, and Grayson will skate it out to center, absorbing the hit, looking for Fronick, and St. Louis Park has had the better of the play the first 2 minutes here of the third. They gain the blue line, and with the puck, all the action's been in the New Prague end to start the period. Fronick leaving for Ashley, and I don't know what's going on here. All right, Dorzinski up the wall looking for Fronick, but pinching in was Leo Schmoll. New Prague's got to find their legs again, as this has been all St. Louis Park. Trojans standing around some. Here's August Beckius. Beckius for Whitty. Grayson ahead for Fronick. It eludes him, and New Prague's got to sharpen up. Maybe they're only 5-on-5 action all game, where they got to find it again here. St. Louis Park is pressing, and New Prague's going to have to be a little bit better with the puck. After the icing, an offensive zone draw. So all the forwards have gotten one shift. Actually, all the guys have gotten one shift here, and the second shift needs to be better than the first one. Draw one by St. Louis Park. Coming forward, pushed ahead was Ryder. Knocked off the puck by Bush. Bush will, I didn't see it, a knockdown by St. Louis Park. There's a bad angle shot off the chest of Closey, who's now had 35 pucks at him. St. Louis Park on their way to a 50 spot. Yeah, breakaway, here's Rue. Grayson Rue fires. Oh, and a right glove save as Rue in alone. There's Bush. Grayson Rue looking for his third of the season. Here's Huber, turns and fires and hits Hurdy in front. Ritter back to center. This is Krocek. Riley Krocek will dump in. Good shift, good counter shift there by the Huber line on their second shift. See if that can get New Prague, getting back to their game. Here comes St. Louis Park, 2-on-1, looking for the equalizer. Ryder stoned again by Closey. Was that save or pipe? Pipe. As puck's down, and goaltender Jurek leaving for his defenseman Leo Schmoll. First pipe there for St. Louis Park. New Prague's hit 2. Anderson into the hands of Schmoll. Referees say play on. Here is Hurdy. Knocked away by Krocek. Anderson with speed, but outraced by Brian Duncan. Puck's fired in. Tyler Applin. Supported, though, by Culp for St. Louis Park. Banged to the line, but not out. Gloved by Applin, who plays to himself. Here's Tyler Applin. He will fire in. And it actually goes out as St. Louis Park wanted a delay a game, as they thought Tyler actually caught the puck and threw it to himself. Close one. Referees say play on. As there was Grayson Rue on the breakaway. And then St. Louis Park counters with the 2-on-1. and going short side, and the pipe kind there to netminder Joey Closey. And skating fair, good play by Chase Cloutier winning the puck, and a rink-wide corner dump in. Beckius will shoot in. New Prague needs a touch up. Dorzinski didn't hear the officials, though. And Beckius racing against, once again, the goal scorer, Grant Haggerty for St. Louis Park. Cloutier trying to get out, but it's knocked away. Here's Beckius. Went backhand, picked up by St. Louis Park. They're dangerous. They fire, and up by the goaltender once again. Save number 35 for Closey. As St. Louis Park is pressing. 5:05 into period 3. New Prague leads 2-1. I think period 1 was New Prague was the better team. Period 2, New Prague was the better team. Not the case here, period 3. First 5 minutes, go to the Orioles. Maybe the one good shift was the Huber's second shift, as dangerous as that puck sent towards the net. There's Huber back in his own end, marked by Culp. Up the wall to Whitus. Puck is going to get out. Yes, it does. Here comes Rue. Second breakaway for Rue. He's stick check from behind. There's good work there. There's Grayson just didn't have the speed generated. Bush to the line, kept in for a moment by Krocek. Riley trying to push forward. Keenan keeps in, and Huber does a good job getting the puck forward there. As puck is fired into the St. Louis Park bench once again. We get a whistle and stoppage. Keenan Huber has been good in the third period for New Prague. 11:17 to play. And if you just joined us, New Prague leads 2-1, 2 second period goals. Owen Dorzinski from August Beckius at 11:15. Then Walker Anderson from Caden Brigham. A little bit later, St. Louis Park got one back with 22 seconds left on the power play. They are 1 for 2 on the man advantage. Grant Haggerty from Marty Hurdy. And there was a second assist as well. I think it was Owen Anklum. Here comes Schroll. Wide around Borwidge. Centering pass hits a skate. And Closey will put the glove on it. As you can see, the talent by the defenseman, number 10, Leo Schmoll, for St. Louis Park. Yeah, good skater, good hands, good body. He's going to be a good hockey player. Just a junior. New Prague's got to see number 10 3 more times. Once more this year and 2 next. Schmoll keeps in. Ashley up for Brigham. And here's Anklum. And Brigham on the right side of the puck allows Carson Ashley to generate some speed. Here's Ashley. Good stick handle, fires. And saved by Jurek. And didn't know where it was right away. Collapses on the rebound. You know, one thing with Carson Ashley, he's such a good stick handler. You know, he's able to put the puck in the defenseman's skates. And he did that to Schmoll. I mean, that was the top defenseman for St. Louis Park, who he undressed pretty easily there. Good in-tight stick handling by Carson Ashley. There's Borwidge through. He shoots it wide to the line. Cade keeps in for a second, but taken there by Teddy Rich. Rich tries to spring Ryder, and it is going to be icing. And as the puck crosses the goal line, offensive zone draw for New Prague. 10:19 to play. 2-1 New Prague. Pretty good hockey game. A great visual in period 1, great visual in period 2. I think period 3 has been okay. And the draw won by St. Louis Park. Turned over. Here's Grayson Whitty. I think he was looking to get the puck to Bush, but he was harassed nicely by Hudson Bowl, where it's 9 for St. Louis Park. That's fired in by Riley Krocek. 10 minutes to play in regulation. Trojans up a goal. As here comes Hurdy. Hurdy ahead and put the puck into the skates. New Prague tries to counterattack. One-handed pass by Fronick, but stepping up was Owen Anklum. Anklum is played nicely by Joey Bush, who takes the puck, then takes the man, then leads the breakout. Good play, 5 in white. Whitty gaining the line. Bush for Fronick. Fronick shoots a wide rebound. Huber, he scores. Huber That is a good goal. It all starts in the own end. Boy, Joey Bush took the puck, took the man, led the breakout. And Bush, Fronick to Huber, and New Prague leads 3-1. That's 6 from 23 and 5. And that is when Joey Bush gets a highlight tape when he after he's done next year. That's going to be on it. That was what a play by Bush. Huber, much deserved. He's been wonderful all game on the goal. And Huber now takes the puck away. Huber fires and save, wraparound towards the front of the net. Knocked in by Whitus, or attempted to, and he's knocked over. So Huber from Fronick and Bush, and New Prague leads 3-1. That's Keenan Huber's 5th goal of the year. Jack Fronick's 2nd assist. And Joey Bush's 5th assist, 7th point. 6 from 23 and 5. And at 3-1 New Prague. Just a good goal. What a shift by Joey Bush. Here's Beckius off the draw, sending forward. The puck got through. And good job by August Beckius getting the puck through. It's such an important skill. You know, as much as I can't stand watching Ryan Suter play hockey anymore, God, he was so good at getting pucks through. And Beckius, that one gets through, but it hits the skate of Caden Brigham. Can't believe I mentioned Ryan Suter in this broadcast. Here comes St. Louis Park, trailing by 2 now for the 2nd time. Just onside at the line, left for Grant Haggerty. Haggerty back to Schmoll. Schmoll sidesteps Walker, looking for Anklam. Anklam trying to go by Caden, but gets support by Carson Ashley. 3-1 Trojans. And that puck's sent to center. The Orioles will come back. That will not get far enough for icing, and New Prague will change. 8:35 to play in regulation. Rosinski working there. Well, I think Keenan Huber's been wonderful all game. I'm glad he got one. I think he's deserved. He's been very, very, very good. Reversed by St. Louis Park. They trail by 2. Dumped in. Applin and Cloutier playing together with this defense pairing, and Dorzinski takes the puck with speed. Looking for Fronick. And Jack Fronick, the freshman, playing with some confidence. Getting on the score sheet there with an assist. Here's Schmoll. Schmoll gains the blue line, fires, and tried to go against the grain a little bit and close the glove side and just went wide. Tyler Applin will flip. The puck does come out, and Fronick hits Whitty in rhythm. Grayson Whitty trying to go by Anklam, but a good play by the St. Louis Park defenseman. You'd like to see that puck get deep. Good job by Dorzo on the back check. That should be offsides. Delayed offsides, we play on. Ryder flips in, 7.5 to go. New Prague leads 3-1 against a St. Louis Park team, a good St. Louis Park team. Good up for Rue. Grayson Rue has had a number of chances in this game, including one clean breakaway. And here's Riley Krochek. He'll chip in. Riley's kind of mugged down by number 12, Teddy Rich. No call. New Prague has only had 1 power play. St. Louis Park has had 2. Here's Marty Hurdy. Hurdy knocked away by Joey Bush. And that was a skilled player that Joey took one-on-one, and Joey wins the battle. Just play the shift by 5 over and over and over again on a rerun on the 3rd New Prague goal. Good pass by Whitus, ahead for Huber. Huber leading the rush. Rue and Keenan's going to dump in. What is Grayson doing there? A lunging play by Rue. As Keenan and Grayson not on the same wavelength there. Offensive zone draw now for New Prague, up 3-1. Shots on goal, 37 for St. Louis Park, 32 for New Prague. Puck's down, 6.5 to play in regulation. Skating to center is Nicky Moran. Moran looking for New Decker, failed the click. Here's Brigham. Caden Brigham using his size, and Beckius keeps in. Puck sent in. Walker didn't. It was behind him a little bit. Walker's had the puck a little less here in the third period, but man, he had a strong hockey game. That puck's in front, closing. St. Louis Park dangerous, and knocking his man down was Chase Cloutier. Good physical play by Chase. Puck sent in, and Beckius with the play. Headed Walker Anderson to the line and kicked ahead and finally out. Give Chase Cloutier some credit. Doesn't get a ton of as much ice time as some of the other defensemen, but I think he's had a really good game today. Anderson's by himself, and puck's poked away by Jurek. Walker did buy enough time so New Prague could change. Let's see if Walker gets off here. He's going to stay for one rush, and Grayson Whitty wins the puck. He's got Anderson with him. Saucer cross. Walker scores! Whitty wins the battle. Anderson with his second. Fun stuff. As he goes high over the glove. And a labeled shot by Anderson. Look at his time. Boy, that's a good shot. Whitty with the wall work, and what a pass across. St. Louis Park a little heavy-legged at the end of that shift. Walker gets two. St. Louis Park, they won't talk to the referees here. I wonder what this is about. I didn't see anything that jumped out. So Anderson from Whitty. Second goal of the game for Walker. New Prague leads 4-1. Once again, thank you to Hero Services for sponsoring all New Prague goals all season long in our broadcast. So Walker's 12th of the year, second of the game. Grayson Whitty on the assist. He now has 10 assists, joining Ashley and Beckius. So a pretty good assist race midway through the season for New Prague. Whitty with 10, Ashley with 10, Beckius with 10, Anderson with 9, Brighamman with 9, and Borwidge with 8. Good balance there. New Prague now leads 4-1. Walker from Whitty. And St. Louis Park's going to call a timeout here. Yeah, I'd be upset with them too. I think St. Louis Park coach is upset that I think it's been a good game, but on that shift, they got outworked. Grayson Whitty won the puck battle, and he didn't have body position. Whitty won a battle he shouldn't have won, and then the pass across from Whitty, I didn't like the energy level from St. Louis Park to try to get a stick on that one. I thought they kind of let the pass come through, and obviously they don't want to leave Walker Anderson that much time and space. So St. Louis Park calls their timeout here, and their coach is giving it to them a little bit. I don't think he liked that shift. Give New Prague all the credit, though. Taking advantage of the opportunity, winning puck battles, and the better hockey team tonight does lead. Trojans lead 4-1 with 5:28 to go. Fun stuff. St. Louis Park did have a push the first few minutes of this third period. The Orioles was probably the first 3 minutes was their best 3 minutes of the game. As you see the goal there, no chance for the netminder, Parker Jurek. If you're able to get the puck up that high from there, yeah, you're pretty good at hockey. No chance for the netminder. 4-1 New Prague. Now finish this one. As draw one and down in St. Louis Park now. See what kind of response they have to the timeout, and getting a little tongue lashing. And here's Marty Hurdy, leading point man for St. Louis Park, and New Prague has done a fantastic job on 21 in black. Here's Borwidge in his own end. Borwidge up the wall. Whitty tries to chip by, and St. Louis Park defenseman going to be very aggressive. That was Anklem coming down, keeping the puck in. There's Tyler Applin. Dorzinski to center. And again, I do think New Prague is going to have some odd man rushes here to finish this, as St. Louis Park's going to be very aggressive down 3 goals. Here's Keenan Huber. Huber on the forehand. Wojtas outworks his man and looked for Grayson Rue and just failed to click, and Hurdy counterattacks. Hurdy, drop pass, Schmoll. Schmoll attempt is blocked by Joey Bush. What a third period for Bush. Jackson Wojtas has had a really strong game, getting pucks out 2-on-1. Huber with Rue. Huber fires, and Jurek with the save. One thing 20 and White does really well is he gets the puck out of the zone. Jackson's able to use the proper pace and use the proper angle. He's always able to get the puck past the defenseman. I think it's a skill that I don't talk about enough because I've never played hockey, but I think 20 in white does a really, really good job of exiting the zone, getting the puck out of the zone. Good skate there by Bush, who looks like the best defenseman on the planet here in the third period. Anderson, good pass across. Brigham trying to outwork his man. He's shoved down by Griffin Hansen. Anderson keeps in. Walker, and the puck's taken away here by Ryder. Stepping up was Riley Krochek. We're under 4 minutes to play. New Prague leads 4-1. Here's Ashley. Ashley to Brigham, off the skate, off the glass, but gloved down by Ryder. And pushed forward by Liam McCoy. Ryder gains the blue line, and whistle and a stoppage there as Joey Closey makes his 38th save for New Prague. 3:39 to go in regulation. Once again, after the game, we'll have your Brandwear 3 stars of the game. We'll have your third period highlights and recaps, hopefully celebrating a New Prague win, as New Prague looking to get to 8-5-2 overall. 3.5 to play. Beckius to the line, not out, kept in by Anklem. Here's August, and they will go higher this time, and does get out here. Whitty's trying to spring Fronic, but a good recovery by Anklem. 28 in black's pretty good defenseman, too. They got a couple good ones, 28 and 10. There's St. Louis Park coming back. Borwidge coming forward, but Hurdy takes it away, and Whitty puts him into the wall. Puck's rink-wide dump in, and this is all New Prague here as Dorzinski keeps in. I think Dorzo's had a really strong game, especially the first period. And St. Louis Park coming to center, under 3 to play. Good stick by Borwidge. Maybe one too many handles by Dorzo there. That one probably should go deep. And Borwidge in his own end, harassed by Schmoll, but he does get the puck out to center. Flipped in. Krochek using the glass wisely. Pushing ahead. This is Tayden White is for Tayden. Tayden Krochek, drop pass for Jackson. And counterattacking for is St. Louis Park with 2.5 to go. Centering pass knocked down by Riley. To the line, not out. Culp, Schmoll, his time and space taken away, and Joey Bush will lead the rush. 3-on-2 counterattacking. Bush just offside. Is Keenan in just a breath early. Whistle with 2:19 to play in regulation. As soon as the game ends, we'll have our third period highlights right away, and then we'll get you your Brandwear 3 stars of the game. This is the most complete effort New Prague's had all season. You could see it start turning back the right way against Waconia, even though the result didn't go the right way. And then I think the time off helped. Not having a game Friday, having the weekend, not having a game Monday, it just smelled like New Prague was going to have their best effort here, and we were right there. Just a wonderful, wonderful performance. With 2 minutes now to go, New Prague up 2-1. Here's Carson Ashley onto the stick of Walker. Anderson has 2 on the game and try to go blocker side. Stopped there by the netminder Jurek. In 4-1, Anderson with 2, Dorzinski with 1, and Huber with 1. And this is Michael Hudek, the line, and Beckius shoves him softly into the wall. There's Bush on the forehand for Beckius. August, drop pass looking for Walker, but leaves for Bush. There's Joey Bush. Drop for Anderson. Anderson tried to sidestep his man, but Schmoll takes it away. And here comes Leo Schmoll, and goes high over the mask of goaltender Closey. Bush will push forward with 1:14 to go. And a responsible, this should be icing. No, they're going to wave that one off. A responsible third period after New Prague gets up a couple of goals as well. A complete performance. Defenseman, offense, goaltender, and when they play like this, they're a good hockey team. Here's Marty Hurdy. Joining the blue, crossing the blue line, onside. Puck behind the net, 44 to go. Applin for Dorzinski. Dorzinski's held, play on. Anklem at the line. Hurdy for Anklem. Goaltender is not pulled. St. Louis Park waving the white flag here. Anklem, wall, point, and that goes past the defenseman Marty Hurdy. 20 seconds to play. Purdy ahead for Anklem. Marked by Applin. Back check by Huber. Applin takes the puck away. Anklem towards the net. I think it hit traffic. 8 seconds left. Rue to center. And that's going to do it. Just a excellent, excellent hockey game for the team in white. And they win 4-1. And they took a 2-1 lead into period 3 and get goals from Huber and Anderson. And just a really, really, really good performance. We will have your Brandware 3 stars of the game after, but we are going to get your third period highlights here. Recap and highlights brought to you once again by Twin Cities Featherlight and Trailers. There's a rush. Keenan Huber, who all over the place in the third period. I thought he did a great job in this hockey game. Excellent, and definitely in contention to be one of the Brandware 3 stars. Spring Grayson Rue. Grayson had as many scoring chances in this game as he's had all the games combined probably. And Grayson tried to go glove side there off the arm of the netminder Jurek, who, although he gave up 4 goals, was really good in net. There was Carson Ashley. His best opportunity of the game. I don't think Carson had the puck as much offensively, but he played a really responsible game. And then you see the goal there. That made it 3-1. A really good play on the wall. That was the play that Joey Bush started in his own end. Jack Fronick sends the puck wide, and Keenan Huber, sniffing out the rebound, knocks that one home. And Huber with another opportunity on his next shift right after. And New Prague led 3-1 at this time. As that puck got through, good net front presence by Ashley and Brigham. And then the really good pass across to Walker Anderson, who nets his second, team-leading 12th of the season, second of the game. New Prague goes up 4-1 there. Again, really good play on the wall there by Whitty. And again, both New Prague's third period goals, the keys were not necessarily the goals, but the plays that led to the goals. Bush in his own end, knocking the puck away, playing the man, then leading the rush, and then Whitty on the wall on goal number 4. So, it was a workmanlike effort today, as you see Anderson with the scoring opportunity towards the end of the period, looking for the hat trick there. But just a really good performance by New Prague, their most complete performance of the season, and we are going to have your Brandware 3 stars of the game now. Are you looking for custom branded apparel for your business or sports organization? Our stars trust Brandware. You should too. Third star of the game for New Prague. With 38 saves, junior netminder Joey Closey gets his 7th win of the year, improving his record to 7-4-2, pushing a save percentage over 90%. Closey, again, stopping 38 of 39 shots. Could have easily been a number 1 star, but New Prague had 6 or 7 cats who played well enough to be that today. So congratulations to Joey Closey, our number 3 star. Second star of the night, Keenan Huber, with the insurance goal to go up 3-1. I thought Keenan did a really good job against St. Louis Park's forward Marty Hurdy defensively as that checking line center, and the sophomore was all over the place, and he was all over the place in the third period for sure. Got a goal, had a couple more chances. I thought Keenan Huber outstanding tonight. He is your Brandware 2nd star, and our Brandware 1st star of the game is junior Walker Anderson. 2 goals for Walker, and Walker joining us. Congratulations on the win. I'm just going to say it, and I'll get your response. I think that's your most complete performance as a team of the season. You guys were fun to watch tonight, man.
Yeah, definitely. We kind of bounced back. We were kind of in a slump, I'd say, but our coaches really kept us positive and going, and just like everyone around us, and I really just liked the environment, and it worked out.
You get 2 today. Let's talk about the goal in the third period. Grayson Whitty, what work he did on the wall. Whitty won a puck battle he shouldn't have won. Comes away with the puck, and what a great pass across the slot to you. And you go up high under the bar, and just a well-placed shot by yourself.
Yeah, me and Grayson kind of have a lot, we've played together for a while, and we hang out all the time, and the chemistry's there, and he had a really good board battle, and he got it to the middle of me, and yeah.
You're up 1-0 when you got your first goal. Kind of a weird one. Caden Brigham with a smart shot by him, I think. He put a shot on net where the goaltender couldn't cover it up. He kicks the rebound to you. I don't think you got all of it, but you got enough of it?
Yeah, the coaches are always on me just to shoot the puck, and it obviously worked out, and I'm really glad about it, and I got to listen to them more.
Obviously, your skill. You have 12 goals, 9 assists on the year, 21 points. But the shift that sticks out to me, Walker, was you've gotten a lot of penalty killing duty this year, and you had a really good shift in the second period where you kind of, you were dogged with your determination on the PK, and it just was. Yeah, it showed that you're not just skilled with the puck, but without it as well. Do you think that helps your game when you get involved on the penalty kill? Do you think that gets you into the game, gets your legs going some?
Yeah, definitely. I'm really working on my defensive zone, and I'm really glad Sachek gave me a chance at the penalty kill this year. And I'm just going to do what I can to keep improving my game on the defensive side and the offensive side, and yeah.
St. Louis Park, kind of a rival for you guys. You guys hadn't beaten them in 5 straight games. You haven't beaten them in a few years. You guys... you win 4-1, but you guys were the much better team today. You do have to play them a little later in the season. Do you think that? Well, how do you think that game will go? Yeah.
I think we're just, as we take this W, we got a few more big games to worry about, and we're just kind of gonna keep this momentum up and keep improving. And I really trust in this group that we can do it. And we're just preparing for February and playoffs, and I'm really confident in this team.
Well, congratulations, Walker, our Brandware first star of the game. 2-goal night. He has a team leading 12 goals on the season. Walker, great game by you, great game by your team, and good luck as you guys hit the road for 4 straight.
Thank you. Shout out to Justin.
Shout out to Justin. Not sure who Justin is, but shout out to him. That's going to do it here from First Bank and Trust Arena. Really good hockey game here today. The New Prague Trojans, much the best tonight. And they were the better hockey team, the deserved hockey team. They win the game 4-1. 2 goals for Walker Anderson, a goal for Keenan Hubert, a goal for Owen Dorzinski, assist for New Prague. Brigham gets 1, Whitty gets 1, Bush gets 1, Jack Fronick gets 1, and August Beckius all on the score sheet for New Prague. We are going to be we are off for 2 weeks. Our next broadcast is home against Chanhassen 2 weeks from today. That's January 27th. Wait, what month is it? January 27th, 2 weeks from today. We'll see you guys then. New Prague wins. They get to 8-5-2 overall. First conference win of the year. Trojans win 4-1. Good night, everyone.